You're gonna get a red. How do I use the function button? Oh, all right. People should be able to join. Um, yeah. So I got a little bit of a surprise for everyone. I'll wait for people to join up a little more. Can't see the chat though. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Get into your room. There you go. All right. I can see chat. You got my. Yeah. Let's wait for the gang. Exactly. I'm gonna grab something to drink anyways. I'm a little thirsty. All right. Yeah, first time you guys are in my kitchen. First time you guys really get to see much of my house. Don't mind the dining room table. It's a little messy. Yeah. Oh, a little dizzy now. You guys have seen this. I got some bows, some fishing stuff. living room. My trash.
Disrespectful behavior.
Thank you.
What? Oh, of course you're going at it with the metal polish. Well, at least sand some of the rust off first.
Well, this is,
I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of this, so don't worry about this. I'm taking that off of it, so don't even have to worry about working on that.
pretty nice.
It's nice, but that's why I'm keeping it because I'm gonna.
Well, yeah, that's what I am doing. What I'm doing. See how deep this rust is.
Oh, well, you're not some metal polish off.
I am doing just that.
I'm doing it partially. It's mostly surface.
I'm saying.
I would have went at it with like sandpaper, but it would have gotten rid of the chrome.
Right. I know exactly what I'm.
Yeah. Fair enough. There it is. Sweet. Oh, there we go. There he is.
Time on this property. It's gonna get really hot. Summer, we don't want fires.
That's Oregon. I don't know if fires are really now, but California.
What's up, Jared? Is that the new bike tan? I'm a little bit behind.
Really lucky that they didn't get out of.
The new what?
Yeah.
He was going to look at another bike. I was wondering if that's it.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
I think I'm poisoning myself.
Uh-oh.
I sprayed this room earlier. There was a bunch of carpenter ants in here, and I sprayed it. Now I'm fucking sitting here right on top of it, and I think I'm getting some of that raid in me or something. You know, if y'all catch me twitching or something, man, say something. It's a nerve agent, ain't it, or something?
It could be.
Who knows what they put in that can? It killed everything, though.
Well, hell, if anything good happens, report that too.
Okay, I will. If I get anything from it.
Right.
Hey, that Rush with Record Cleaner.
I remember that.
And then this GHB, that's something under your counter as well. I can't remember what that was, but it's something under your counter. It was just an ordinary chemical that some jackass started drinking.
Wow.
I can't remember what it is. But it's an ordinary chemical.
No.
Or it was. You probably can't buy it no more. I mean, I don't know.
I've seen a few people drink rubbing alcohol. One guy drank Scope. I was like, God, you guys just stop drinking, man. Go to bed.
Oh, that's a tough one to swallow, man.
What was he drinking?
Scope was one,
Scope?
and then alcohol that you would use for like on your cuts. Oh, mouthwash.
Somebody was drinking that apparently. I don't know. Somebody yeah. They were talking to me about how one of their friends or somebody was.
Friend, what are your friends?
I don't know. I'm guessing. Maybe it was a friend.
This guy was in the service.
Dan's house. Drinking mouthwash.
Yeah. Drinking mouthwash.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So is that the new bike?
It is the new bike that's behind me. I have yet to show it off completely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then I ain't too late.
Yeah, no, you're early.
All right.
My dad's just doing some work to it.
Josh is here. I guess that was it for the new people.
Here, I'll get the camera turned around. You
Wow,
get to look at it.
OP1's live as well.
Hey, I like the front tire. It's pretty groovy gripper.
Yeah.
Ah.
Massive front
Right.
wheel. I think it's a 24. I think they're just 24s on it.
The back one's the same matching tire. It's cool.
We went and bought this
Yeah.
today or something. We went and found it.
What?
The bike.
Yeah. I bought this today, earlier today.
Okay.
Guess how much I paid for it?
I got $100.
$40.
Dude, you got to start telling them you
$40.
just want the seat. Remember, just needed the seat and the wheel. You know what I mean? You got it for $35.
Well, here's the thing. He was like, yeah, I just want to sell the motor, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll pay you $35 for the motor. And he was like, well, I guess I'll throw in the bike too. I was like, okay, sure. And so I ended up walking away with the bike. Literally walking away with the bike. It was kind of annoying, but yeah, whatever. Probably had to walk about 5 miles just to.
Mile at one day. Pretty cool. I'd say it's $40 worth. You already got the engine on, I guess, or did you?
Oh yeah. I got the motor off of it. There wasn't a motor on it, but I bolted it on there just for sake of getting it home, and then I took it off. I'm probably gonna slam the seat on it and then like sell it. Put some ape hangers on it.
Hey, I'll tell you something. I got through technical school.
Yes, I can see the comments, man.
Electrical school, and then I went as a mechanic and maintenance and shit like that. And when you would talk about a motor and an engine, to me, I would say either one. If we're working on a motorcycle, I might call it the motor. And then if I was working on something with say a sewing machine that had a motor, or like a Mochacho car with a gasoline engine, I would call it an engine or a motor and didn't really care. And some people care, and I didn't know that until way later in my starting to work in the maintenance field. And they were like, "Dude, if it takes fuel, call it an engine, and if it takes electricity, call it a motor." And I was like, "Fine, dude, whatever." You know what I'm saying? It was only one dude ever said anything about it, but he was the same boss that I had. Well, I was putting receptacle covers on and switch covers and shit for his free pharmacy. And I was kind of finishing up. I didn't do the original electrical work, but I was on the finishing end. And I thought he was joking, but he came in and he went into one bathroom and he said, okay. He said, who put all the switch plates on and stuff? And I said, well, I did that. And I thought I did a good job because I didn't even crack any. You know what I mean? I used a little torpedo level and shit. And he said, why don't you put the screws straight up and down or vertical? And I was like, the screws? I said, well, my dad taught me to tighten them up till not enough to make it break, but enough to pull everything together. And I thought I did a good job. I used a level on all of them. And he said, yeah, but the screws aren't straight up and down. He said, go back around and straighten them all vertical and just turn them in until they get vertical. I was like, what, dude? I thought he was joking.
Well, what do you mean vertical? Like
he like it's a
you mean
screw.
like the orientation of the?
Yes, dude. What? I was like, are you fucking serious? I thought he was
that's
joking.
Really weird. Yeah, I would think that he would be joking as well.
Me too. I about got fired. I was like, you got to be out of your fucking mind. I'd never heard of that shit in my life. I said, I got them down to the perfect torque, dude. Not one of them's cracked. Check them off. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't give a fuck who you think the boss is. I'm like, oh, shit. He's fucking serious. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, calm down, dude. I'll go around and do that, whatever.
Jeez.
But from then on, dude, I called engines if they took gas or whatnot, and motors that took electric motors. And I always do my screws vertical now. And anybody I ever talked to about that as an electrician was like, I guess it does look better vertical. But it's just a preference thing. All it fucking is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It doesn't make a difference.
Good.
Okay.
I'd have old timers jump my crap about what I called tools. Like, give me some of them dikes or diagonal cutters. I'm like, whatever. Next guy I'd call them, side cutters. And, it's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah. Those things that have multiple names, but just like everyone kind of knows.
Well, most everybody calls channel locks, but they're really water pump pliers or some shit or something. And it's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, that's what my dad calls them. Calls them water pump pliers.
Everybody knows what channel locks are when you tell them go get them, though. As long as it's Apple.
Yeah, channel locks, water pump pliers, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Some people would say that they're the other way around.
Could be. I'd
It's
say
not
get the crescent
necessarily.
branch. Crescent branch. They'd say, you mean adjustable pliers? I'm like,
I'd say the adjustable
with
wrench.
I do. I
adjustable
go with
wrench.
Crescent.
Yeah. Like,
But yeah, I think it's called adjustable wrenches.
yeah, that's what it
Yes.
is. Believe it or not, I got one that ratchets. So I was like, "What the fuck? How do you get an adjustable wrench with a ratchet?"
Yeah, an adjustable ratchet. What?
Yeah, Crescent brand.
Wow. Well, that's where Crescent gets the name because it's a brand that like popularized it.
Like that
Yeah,
ride.
Just like
freaking,
vice grips.
Kevin had some
Mhm.
really fancy, a 4-inch channel
I
locks.
think those are locking
Set
pliers.
of
4-inch channel locks.
Oh, they were sweet looking. They were whatever, very cool looking little hand tools. 4-inch though, they were the small ones. Like,
You don't
damn,
gotta
where'd
do
you
the
I
whole
got
bike.
some pretty nice ones too.
You don't got to do the whole bike.
The trick is to find
Okay.
something small that'll open up big O. I've got a
Yes.
5-inch crescent wrench that's got a 1-inch mouth on it. You know what I'm saying? It's great.
It was a thing that
Thank-
tightened up the odd spark plug. There we were with channel locks on the odd spark plug.
Yeah, I found myself having to use spark plug wrenches quite a bit on these motorized bikes. I'm
What?
like, what the fuck? Why can't you just put a socket on it? Good thing they came with these. I got
He
fucking
put,
5 of
he
them.
put
later.
one of his spark plugs in my hole there. It was some fancy dandy fucking spark plug. Nobody's spark plug tool worked on it. It was fucking huge. And it took goddamn channel locks to turn that son of a bitch. Then
I
he took
seen this dude.
and then when the ride was over, he took that spark plug back. He's like, no, I want my spark plug back.
I had a guy show
I
me
don't
how
know.
to synchronize carburetors. I didn't understand what it meant to synchronize carburetors or balance them and shit. And I was younger, and it blew my mind that people would do like it looked like
It's
surgical.
underneath the drill press.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" Then he's like, "Oh, we got to adjust the valves." Showed me what the feeler gauge was and stuff. I was like, "You got to do that on every bike." He's like, "No, you do now. I got a different job doing harder shit. You know what I mean? So learn it." I'm like, "Oh, fuck, man, really?
Dang.
I got to adjust them." I remember first time I cammed or done the timing belts on a twin cam Honda engine. I was like, "Oh shit, this ain't like the last one I worked on."
I got the twin cam.
Yeah, I know
I've
you do.
never
I know that motor real good.
Twin cam before. I have looked under the valve cover, but I have never taken one off. That's a whole goddamn bunch of shit in there, dude.
Yeah. Well, usually at the same time, you'll go ahead and do the water pump shit. You know what I mean?
It's a whole 7-step process you may as well replace while you're doing this particular one.
While you're at it,
You
drop
might
down one
might
of
as
the
well
motor
replace
mounts.
the motor at that point.
That's what I'm saying. One of the motor mounts going to be hanging so low anyway to be able to even see the damn crankshaft cover.
Yeah.
I got
already
pretty
watched
good
the
at
video.
it.
I can't deny my CRV has been torn down and put back together many times on YouTube.
No, they're in here.
It's got great fucking information.
White box.
I
I
have
love
done it.
those engines.
I have done it already in that way that somebody on YouTube already walked me through it. I could
Holy
go
fuck! I don't have much of a charge, you guys. And how long are you gonna be on there, Tan?
it usually goes till midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, midnight
Well-
for people who are not in Pacific time. It's about 10 for me usually.
For him.
10:30.
Fuck. My neighbor's windows are all open, but I was about ready to walk
My
out there and
volume
fire
is
that
too
fucking
low.
bike up.
No,
My
you're
volume-
about you got good audio coming out of you. Or to me, you got good audio.
Let me see on YouTube.
I go on YouTube and find you. That's how I do it.
I've watched quite a bit of information on you. I've gotten lucky that I've only asked you for things that people have already shot a video of.
Yeah. You know, that's a great engine, Jared. I love that engine.
Yeah, some little two
I'm
liter
pretty good.
E or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called. Yeah, a little.
I don't care if it's a 1.6 single cam. I still love it. You know what I'm saying? I love Honda engines. I just hopped off of a Honda.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm gonna fix the little Honda up. It came with 94,000 miles. I'll make sure it gets to 2. So whatever goes, it's gonna get fixed.
Mm-hmm. It probably won't be nothing.
All-wheel drive, dude. I've never had an all-wheel drive. Every four-wheel drive I ever had before, you had to put it in four-wheel drive. This is always in four-wheel drive.
Check
You
it
don't
out.
ever-
Man got him a pretty good deal again, didn't he? What did he end up selling his other bike and buying this one? Is that what's going on?
I don't
He's
think
making-
so. I think he's starting to
No.
stack up.
I'm stacking them up. I'm
Yeah.
stacking
Yeah,
them
starting
up
your
like
motor stuff. Fuck, you're gonna have a whole gang here pretty soon.
You can tell what
Yeah,
kind of
but
wheels
I'm hoping to sell this, and I'm hoping to sell that Pantera pretty soon.
I seen the
So-
chopper video. It looks like it's coming along pretty good. Switching the
Yeah,
seat
yeah,
up and
yeah.
stuff. That one right there looks pretty cool too, really. With the triple
Yeah,
trees and
it's
shit going on.
pretty
Looks pretty
sweet.
neat. Nice wheels and shit.
Dang, I need more.
I hate to admit it, but I had parts come in the other day. It was my was the one-way bearing on my wheel. It locked up on me. Had me pedaling like crazy. I had to put my feet up on
Ooh.
the front peg.
Free wheel?
Yeah.
Dang.
No
So
shit.
yeah, I never had one lock up before, but I'm riding and all of a sudden I'm pedaling 100 mile an hour and I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Shoving my feet around. So I hurried up and hooked the front pegs and just turned around and came home. And I kicked it and it came undone, but I don't trust it no more. So I was like, man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put another one on there for the $10. You know what I'm saying? That sucked. But it felt pretty powerful too. You know, when it would come back and shove your legs around, I was like, what is it? Did it catch again? You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, a couple times it did that and then it just stayed. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna get it home. I ain't even gonna shut it off. I'm gonna do a U-turn and head back that way. And I got the
Yes.
part in yesterday and I didn't put it on. And I thought, well, I feel like a traitor, but fuck it. I jumped on the CB750 and I gave it a ride. And I was like, God, this thing's an animal. I mean, it's a hoss compared to a motorized bike. And it's been a couple of years. I was like, God dang. But I got off it and I went up to the BMV as soon as I took a ride on it and got my permit renewed and shit. And was like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm getting on something with shocks.
Yeah.
But I didn't abandon the
Careful now.
two-stroke.
Careful
Yeah,
now.
I know it, dude. That's why I said I hate to even say it, but I jumped I instead of trading it all the way out, I got on the 185 that at least it's a two-stroke. You know what I mean? So I was driving it around for a little bit. And then I was like, oh man, just go fix your motorized bike. You know what I mean? And I just can't
there we
make
go.
myself do it. I'm having fun with
on
other
there
shit
too.
right now.
I'm just admitting everyone to the stream.
Is that your dad, Tim?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Is it cool? That's cool. I wish I could work on stuff with my dad.
Killer.
Once you get older, you won't be able to do that fun stuff. Go hide his ranch or something like that and get him going. Leave the door open to the garage or something.
I already do that.
I'm the rich.
I do all the above. Leave tools everywhere.
Yeah. I grew up with brothers, so we was always doing dad that way. It never stopped. He'd always cuss him. He'd help us though. That's really cool of you to do.
Yeah.
My little brother stole like 1,000 of those like 1/2 inch and 10mm sockets or something. Never brought it back.
Who knows where it ended up? The creeks, rivers, and roads are full of them. They got to be.
My one
Everyone-
brother, Jake, it was easy to tell. If you ever needed to know where a tool was, go where he was working on a car last or whatever he was working on. He'd leave it right there in the ground and take off.
On the ground, in the dirt still.
Right in
It's
the
probably
fucking
not-
grass, dirt, mud, it didn't matter. Ratchets and all. He didn't give a fuck.
There's like $4,000 in Craftsman's tools in my parents' driveway, at least.
Right.
In the
More
dirt.
than gravels.
And when I was at my shop there that I had for 20 years in Fort Walton there, it was a motorcycle shop for a good 20 years before me. And dude, every time it really poured, I mean, really fucking poured and flooded, motorcycle parts would come up out of the ground, dude. Sprockets, chains, little bits and chunks, dude. I swear to God, dude, they would start to this. I don't know where they would come from, but you know, that'd be a fucking sprocket this big, you know, and buried at a 45-degree angle underground. Truck had to run that fucker over and jam it down that.
Yeah.
I remember throwing
Yes.
like an old motorcycle chain into a tree like 40 years ago. And then
Go around it.
the dude to come along to cut that
No
motherfucker.
shit.
Oh, it's gonna eat that blade, boy. There's no doubt.
But there was
That'd
a
be
tree
cool.
that we fucking see if we could throw shit at, you know.
But full of whatever. Yeah, chains.
My mom taught me how to tap trees when I was younger. That's pretty cool. You guys ever do that?
I've never tapped one, but I've learned the
Mm.
technique off of
Yeah.
YouTube.
We had a maple.
Water, you good maples
I've
are the
seen it.
best thing to tap, but if it ever come down to it, people can't find water. It's like, dude, all you got to do is tap into a tree about an inch or two and put a pipe on it and collect it. You know what I'm saying? Go back,
Oh.
make you some traps or something. A couple hours later, go back. You got like, it's real low on sugar and it tastes a little bit funny. Depends on what time of the year it is, but it's like pure water. It's already filtered and all.
Unless it's like sumac or something. But yeah.
Yeah, watch what trees you guys do.
Poison oak.
So,
If you,
Poison oak.
but yeah, we had a maple
Talking
tree
about
that
like tapping trees.
was like 10 feet in diameter, big, huge sugar maple. And we
yeah,
tap.
that would work for sure. Yeah.
For water.
You boil like, you have like 20 gallons of sap to get like a pint.
We would get it out when we was camping, and all the older people would make sure their kids knew it. As they got to age
Perfect.
appropriate, we would take them out there and show them how to do it. And the parents didn't even have to be there, but they would make sure we knew how to get water. You know what I mean? You can use dowsing rods too. They would get us out and show us how to try to find water. I'm like, that's cool, man. Crazy. I never could do it worth fuck, but a few of us kids could.
I was always making maps and stuff, so I had like making topographical maps of wherever my hunting spots were
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah,
I said I did a lot of mini bike riding growing up. I don't know if you ever heard that, but every time I'd move into a new neighborhood or something, I would find every dead end road and every house and everything. I'd ride to the end of every road and basically build it up in my head where the roads stopped and went and stuff like that. Then you'd start riding the bus and find all the way around. And oh man, we always played. We never fucking stayed inside. My kids, all they want to do, you got to almost fight them and get them to come outside and hang out with the chickens and shit. I'm like, God, you guys, come on, put the pads and stuff up before I take them. Give me an hour, you know what I mean?
we had logging roads and the logging roads were like endless. And as long as you weren't on the road they were cutting on, because I remember I was on my KX 250 and I'm doing
Nice.
probably like 80 or whatever, hauling ass on it. And I just, something sounded wrong, like something with a motor or something or whatever. And I looked, and it was like there's a logging truck like right on my ass at like 80 miles an hour
Damn.
with like fucking, I don't know, like 600,000 pounds or whatever on it.
Yeah.
And I'm
What
like,
was it?
I'm not riding on this road. As long as if I look for any sign that there might be trucks and been in there, I don't want to find out.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude, their brakes won't stop them logs. Yeah, they'll run you flat over.
Right. Well, I'm on like a 250 dirt bike,
Yeah,
an inch
yeah.
away from this guy's Kenworth fucking radiator.
Dude, sitting there jake braking on you or some shit.
Luckily, I had a little more throttle to go to like 100 to try to get out the ruts and shit. I was stuck.
Yeah. Jesus, man, that's crazy.
Rails. If you ever been on a bike and you get into those like truck, like 2 inches or to like a foot deep truck been through there, you're like on rails. You're like on a trail. You're not getting up.
Yeah, probably go down those speeds. I can't even believe he's riding those speeds like that.
Right, you fall into those ruts and shit, and it's like trying to get out of the railroad tracks. But yeah, had a lot of fun. Go across lakes. Sometimes there's a causeway. You got water.
I know
on both
novice
sides.
get really scary at like 100. You know what I mean? They feel like they're skating a gravel road or something.
I do it with a pickup truck doing about 100.
Fucking sketchy. I ain't gonna lie. If you're on pavement, as soon as you lean it over a little bit, they start to walk. Motherfuckers, I can feel them walking across the ground.
There's this causeway that's only wide enough to get like a full size truck might not fit through it. So I had this Dodge Ram 50, and so I'm doing like 100 with my little brother going through this causeway on the dirt. It's flying through it, and the whole time he's looking out the window, and all he could see was the lake because it's like water on both sides. But yeah, you go through that sideways.
Well, I think Tan's going to tear his thing down right off the bat. Must have needed some grease or something. What's he up to? Going to do a full restore?
We haven't moved past the gooseneck yet.
Nothing's
Yeah,
more
no, I'm
fucking-
just gonna put I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna put handlebars on it. I don't have the
Oh, okay.
the top cap to use this one, so I'm just gonna probably
Oh.
I don't know.
Hold
yeah.
it back up here for a minute.
I know the cap he's looking
Yeah,
for.
well,
I'm using it though. I don't have it. Can loan it to you.
I need that. Yeah, just give it
Not
to me.
on a bike, dude. I'm using it.
So
That's why I said hold it
Let's
up
take
for
it
a
off
minute.
the bike.
man.
It's the
Let's see
two
what you
bolt.
got.
Wonky hates the 2 bolt, but it's at least a 2 bolt.
No, I got a 6
bolt.
I'll take the 2 bolt.
I'll take the 2 bolt. I like a
Remember-
4 bolt. I mean, I prefer. I think you said you had a 6 bolt somewhere. I mean, a 6 bolt sounded even better.
Dang.
This is the thing. It doesn't matter as long as it's steel and you can weld the handlebars to it wherever you want them.
That's what I was about ready to say. You ought to take a steel plate, and just bang it around it, and put 2 bolts in it, and weld it to the fucking plate, right to the handlebar.
You could just get a piece of anything as long as you got a stem that's steel.
No, stem was aluminum.
Well, if like I said, if you put a steel cap on it, make your own steel cap out of like 1/4 inch plate steel, and just bolt it up. You know what I mean? And then you'd be able to weld his bars to it to hold them steel.
Well, there's another way around it. If you had some flat bar, like 1/8 inch thick flat bar, and you could weld 2 tabs on it and then drill 4 holes so that the cap would fit over it, and that way it's not going to rock in there.
Yeah.
You know, so you'd have like a 4-bolt fucking with 2 tabs on either side wherever you wanted it.
He said,
Well, it's too bad they lost the cap.
Yeah. Well, let's see which one. We want to see the one we're going to put on, dude. We're walking over here. We want to talk
the
about
handlebars?
Yeah, he didn't even give us a second on it.
it. Yeah.
What are you missing, Tan? Let's see what you're missing.
You're missing the cap off the aluminum one, but now
Is it an aluminum one? Yeah, he held it up so fast I couldn't even tell.
What are they good?
I like it pounding a fucking piece around it, heating up a piece of metal and pounding it around it and welding it on, and then you have
Right on.
get your bolts.
And then
I'm just gonna like pound this in there to make sure that it goes in.
I think Caveman's still in here with us.
So much leverage. It's like you got
Is
so
he in
much
there?
leverage on it, like
Okay, man.
a axe handle or whatever. On the handlebars, the taller they are, there's so much leverage it's just like, you know, you want to do something.
I best that it needs more.
It's going to be more than a set screw, like a aluminum set screw or something you find random on the ground.
What are we?
You don't want cars loosening up at 10 miles an hour or 1 mile an hour.
This is taking hammer adjustments. I can't.
I'm very surprised it's not going in there.
Oh, I love it. Let's get it in that hole. This is the second time we went hammer time, Leonard. You didn't say it get exciting like this.
And I'm going to talk about.
He was beating up that seat too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was smashing that seat.
I gotta look at the differences between this. Wait, why don't I just take this one off of the other one?
We used to
Off of
ride
this one.
a straight handlebar compared to a riser. You're not going to expect that fucking thing that the handlebars to come loose at like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our in little triangle.
You got a lot of leverage and you're turning and everything. It's going to amplify that. So it's almost like, you know, those are really for like Harley.
Well, this one just goes right in. Huh. Well, I'll be.
Even on a Harley, I'd want to.
I'm still gonna wire wheel the thing down because it looks like crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me borrow that wire wheel for a second.
I can't put grease on it when I put it in.
But now it's raining. It's got my pinch done. It still lasts.
It's fucking dumping here.
There ain't no way I got the patience to. I couldn't run a video of me working on something. It would take too long. It'd be twice as much work because you got to video it and worry about your audience and shit.
Not even wet over here, like under the tree.
I want to put that Avenger on the bicycle in it because I refuse to do it without the camera on. So I just did it during the live. There's like a fucking month and a half worth of fucking lives.
Yeah. You guys do good, really. I can't make time for it.
Yeah, well, I was about to say you can't hardly get anything done while you're doing live and get
Wait,
done.
did this just come off by hand?
Yeah,
What?
But it
Dude,
only sprinkles.
hand. Duh.
It's only like a little sprinkling. It's not even like wet underneath the tree. And so it's
Yeah,
already, this is
will
its
do.
second, it's probably its final coat.
That's why. That's
But this
because
is
the
about 3 or
Yeah,
4
it's turning out good.
Yeah.
no, the
little
adjustment thing is underneath it.
And so we got all the fucking honeycomb hideouts been emptied. This is the PVC for the that goes around the baseboard. And all this shit here has been pre-primed and so I got this completely emptied out of everything except for this flooring. And I can leave the door open a little bit, but
Live it up.
I got all the stuff to do it, and I also get this piece here. I poly this. This piece here goes like on the door.
Here we go. Now we got some good parts
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Love it.
Everything will be this fucking. It'll look like the fake oak anyway. So we got real oak and fake oak and fucking
Parts.
It's like you got a lot going on.
yeah, and we also got a welder and a 12-ton press and a fucking drill press and a bunch of shit.
Well, no wonder this thing doesn't go on there. It's the
I got
wrong
more
size.
Oh,
I got to
It's a-
take measure out today and cut I got a solar panel chicken coop door now that opens and closes with the remote or on a timer, all programmable and shit. I was like, hell yeah, I ain't got to go out there and fuck around no more. I can sleep in or whatever I want.
Oh, well, we got a
Wireless.
fucking
we lost.
12-ton press came in.
Come on, Dad. What are we missing?
Strong weight, 12-ton. I don't know, something like that. But it came in a wooden box.
There's two different sizes. There's three different sizes.
The drill press is under here.
Gosh, dude,
Yeah, man.
for all your growing up, every bicycle part you picked up from anywhere worked on the bicycle you had.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lincoln C welder.
They
It's
changed things so many ways in the past 30 years.
new
Yeah.
gas. It doesn't have a hookup for gas, and I got some tips. I'm looking at for it.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that's backwards compatible, but then some of the newer stuff won't go on none of the older stuff. Like I've seen a lot of bicycles changed a lot here lately.
A lot,
Right.
dude. Yeah, in that way, but it used to be a universal thing. It was real handy.
Yeah,
that
everything fit everything right.
Yeah, so you can have a bicycle pile. You just need to assemble a bike as a bicycle
Well,
pile.
Yeah.
If it's a single piece crank, basic shit, yeah. But then they
I
stop
talked to
making
somebody.
them. They stop making them for whatever better.
Yeah, some of them are better, I will say. You was talking about bicycle piles the other day, and I talked to my buddy Ricky about it. One of the guys that was with me when I went to that bicycle pile hunting, ginseng and shit I was telling you about. He was talking about bunkers or something, Jared. I can't even remember. I was half drunk.
Oh, yeah, there's bunkers.
Anyway, I talked to my buddy about that bicycle pile and asked him if he remembered it. And he's like, fuck yeah, dude. You think it's still there? I was like, I don't know, dude. I'd say some junkers probably done found a mountain heaven, you know what I mean, and junk that shit up, or some meth heads, you know what I'm saying? But
You know what?
he said
I
he
have
was-
not went by this guy's house in a very long time. I know where to go. I fucking paid my rent there for a year.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know a dude here, probably not even 15 minutes down the road that has like barns full of old bikes. But, I mean,
Nobody, dude, he was an older gentleman.
Yeah.
He was an older gentleman when I was, getting a little older. So
he said,
Down the road.
I told him what I was up to, and I used to hunt beach cruiser frames.
he lived to
And he
put
said,
the
I got all of you want.
Dude, that was his
See?
thing. I mean, that was his whole. Okay, that's a lie, dude. His second thing, dude, because we went by his house all these different times, was to freaking dress up for the Civil War reenacting. They used to
I
chase,
had a few buddies that did that shit.
they used to chase it down, dude, and go to the full on meetups, whatever, weekends, week long.
Well, yeah.
This guy would go through rifle drills with like an M1 Garand in his Korean War uniform with all the fucking medals and
Yeah, well, this guy used to do it in 1800 shit.
Yeah, we was melting down cannonballs and shit.
in the uniform that he was in the Korean War or whatever it was. It was before Vietnam, but he's an old guy and he had a ton of bikes and he'd shoot at you if you went in there, just try to take a bike.
Yeah. That's what I heard. That big ass pile. That's what Ricky was telling me. There was a story we found out.
That's the craziest of crazies, dude. Don't go messing around with somebody.
You know what's crazy? Like you said, Jared, this guy gave stuff away all the time too. For bicycles, he was a junker, and instead of junking the bicycles, he picked up.
Touching his pile.
Now this is the thing. If you want, if like I would go by there and hang out and talk to him for hours and hours about bikes.
Yeah,
with a must.
If you had to go in there, at 1 o'clock in the morning or something, crawl in there, he's like the DMZ. He's like Korean War is on.
DMZ.
Yeah. You didn't get the order, the war was over, and everybody's the fucking enemy. Like he shot at the mailman one time, they took his guns away when he was like 90. It was like when he started getting dementia.
Gotta give him up, old man. That wasn't the mailman, that's the fucking cop.
He shot at but didn't hit the mailman. He gave him a warning not to get too fucking close.
I usually go for the knees. If I want him to live, anyway.
I got his guns taken away, and then he lived another 10 to 15 years or whatever, fucking with a knife or sword out there. Wilkinson, fucking whatever offices.
Crazy old coot.
But I learned a lot about bikes, and I got a few of the bikes that he had over at his place. But they cleaned his place out like when I was a kid, you know, like fucking maybe high school. They gone and the family cleaned it out. Once he was gone and at the VA or whatever, I never got any of those bikes. I fucking bought them, but yeah. But he taught me about it. So I got a few like the England stuff. And there's a Beehive Springer girl's bike that I got. But I can identify some of that old stuff that he had. Because he had everything. But yeah, somehow after the war, just bikes at every bike in town. Any old bike, he'd pay for it. He'd give you money for it.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, a lot of those people that, like Jared said, there's always one around you somewhere if you can find them that does it. They give a lot more bikes away than they even sell most of the time. And
yeah,
this
but it's
guy,
that Walmart trash stuff that they keep people keep donating to them, and they gather up a bunch of these 100 Walmart bikes, fix them up, and hand them back out again. And you know what? I bet a quarter of them fucking bikes are the same bikes that get turned into them fucking next year.
Well, the thing with
I gave this bike away 6 times.
When I was younger, I didn't really. If we ever did have money, you didn't want to waste it. You wanted to try to keep it, you know. And I said to one of them, I said, "Is there any work I can do?" Because he was growing weeds and shit all up around the bikes and everything. Looked like he could use some help. And I told him I could work on bicycles myself. And he's like, "Help me with a few of them, and you can have one." And I was like, "All right, fucking deal." I'd sit over and help him, and I never did. He'd put them out front for sale and keep like 10 of them out front just so people knew where to stop. And then around backs where he had a humongous pile in his yard. And I was like, God, what do you do with the bikes?
Josh, my mom wanted to ask about the bikes, but she didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was only like twice in my life I remember getting a new bike. And the first time, I think both times, actually, my brother got hit by a car, and the people buys all new bicycles just because one got hit.
It was that we were really all little kitty. We got around the bikes sometime after that. But there was a bike pile.
Yeah, I'm good. I got my chopper right here. My chopper's cooler.
Yeah.
My chopper's cooler. I don't want to build another chopper for sale.
Piles of everything. Doesn't matter what it was. There's always a pile.
Yeah, it slows you down when you got to do it.
There's 4 boys, so we made a bike pile, dude. You know, so I ain't saying how they all got in that pile, but you know, bikes ended up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I later on managed to get a couple good piles.
We had like a bike pile, like in 3 or 4 different places. Like you know, like if you take it that way, you could travel back and forth. It'd always be a bike or something, or we'd take one, leave one, and then we had
Other piles, Mr. Boss.
Stash. You know, we had like a weed pile.
Well, Tan completely ruined that for
Just for
somebody about a
the
month ago.
rims, dude. It's just for the rims. You know.
And, you know, like we'd go around and it would be like each one would rob each other's parents for something, like a bottle of liquor or smokes or whatever. We'd all
I
get
got her
together.
to pay for one of them $20 even. Yeah. Little Johnny selling me his bike. Feel guilty about it still to this day.
But yeah, we had a stash. Everything was a stash. Yeah, like whatever. And we go around these old men.
Found some pedals for it.
Didn't matter what it was. You could get
Maybe these will
dynamite.
come in handy someday.
Dude that had it, you know.
My buddy Lucky still got only one pedal, no chain on that bike, dude.
Wow.
No chain.
You find
Yeah.
some nice and you sit down and chat him up about fishing stories, and he'll sell you a fucking case of dynamite when you're like 14
Wow.
years.
I've seen live grenades a couple
I'm
times.
fine
in
with
my
that.
life.
I only got 40
You only
for it.
need one pedal, dude. And you don't need no chain, apparently. I mean, he's only got one pedal and no chain.
That's wild.
Mm.
Up and carry it, an old man will sell it to you up north in the woods.
Hell, you can buy a tan right now in the mail.
Bring them a bottle, have it all ready, like World War II, fucking still cosmoline.
I
Thanks
think
for
last
An
time I looked on eBay,
He
you
said
could
he
buy
was
detonators. Time there's radio controlled ones.
You know, 1942 special for fucking give him a liter.
my buddy Mushroom bumped into his idol today.
Oh yeah, he made it where he was going. I ain't got to catch up. I've been busy.
Oh my!
Got a job. Good job.
Yeah,
So he also got all the old other stuff.
it did not go the way he'd always dreamed it went.
They got all that old good fucking copper.
Oh, it didn't.
Process prime and ammo and shit too to go with it.
It was a powerful live, dude. It was a powerful live. He did not put it public.
No.
No. Don't never try to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
What happened?
Dude, it went south fast.
I missed it. What was so great though? Who were the parties?
Huh? Who were the parties? That fellow Mushroom with the little bike trailer heading to the Freedom Factory to meet Cletus McFarland. And yeah, he got to meet Cletus McFarland and the guy.
Wait, you got to meet him?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, but it didn't go good?
It didn't go good.
How did it not go good?
It went south fast.
What happened?
He was standing out in front of the man's property with the sign
What?
and the trailer and the dog.
Oh, that's the problem. Who that's like the kind of thing that gets you posted on like an Instagram story saying, "Don't come to my house."
Right, don't go flying outside the guy's house. Maybe call up and say I'm 20 minutes away and 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
You don't want to show up.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
Right, you don't want to show up like the circus just came to town on the guy's yard, you know. But
Yeah, that's.
I got Tupac's number.
Hey, at least you got to meet him.
He did get to meet him.
meet him.
I find that as a big win though.
He didn't press charges, so it's okay.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, but that's funny.
You still got the bike you found in the woods, Tan?
Oh yeah, it's over here.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He left stuff stashed all over in different spots to jump on. You just messed that up for somebody bad. It was probably a stolen bike at one time, and somebody just ditched it anyway. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I found so many bicycles in ditches, and I'm like, oh.
Shit. Just every convenience store probably got 20 or 30. You could put a bunch of shit together. You might have to cut the trees out from around them, but every liquor store, every convenience store behind the back of the ditch has got fucking bikes.
I think I got an idea.
Yes, good evening, sir. Glad to see you, man.
I want to go put a bike frame up in the V of a tree now and let a tree grow around it.
They're stealing the bike to go to the store, and once they get to the store, they got liquor, and then their friends are gonna come get them.
Yeah. Well,
And then they
I
set
couldn't
the
believe
bike
how many
down.
bikes I was getting when I was working at the plants up here. People ride them to work and then they get rides home and don't come back to work and stuff like that.
Hey,
And
the
it was
band
like
member.
like at least 15 bikes a year, you know what I mean? And they would tell me that. I mean, it's like, dang.
Those parking
That's what
lots,
you call pipe
parking
dreams,
lots,
dude. Those are
whatever
pipe
shit,
dreams.
bro.
Man, I wrote that fucking thing up. I'm fucking riding that shit. Man. It's fucking up the hill, dude. Fuck that. I don't care. I don't want the bike anymore. I'm out of here.
Any of
Johnny-
those big businesses that have the share a ride parking spot, you know, they bus them into wherever, would have a ton of bikes around it.
That's
Like
how
those-
it was up here. They bust them in from Toledo and stuff like that. And that's what it is. Like the people just, they come in,
Yeah.
they would be, Jesus, man, they came and went like you wouldn't believe, but they would come and get, do some training for a week or two and a bunch of movie watching and shit. And they'd tell all their friends about it. It's free ride and you get this and that. And they'd all hop on the bus and it'd be their brothers and cousins and everybody they fucking knew. And they would do it for 2 weeks just to get the money. You know, as soon as the work started, they was done.
Right. But it'd be like going to Walmart or whatever, finding bikes out back. There'd be more bikes than people can carry off. It's not what you think. I've seen it where the trees are growing up around them.
Right.
Yeah, this thing that thing nearly had trees growing around it when I grabbed it.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna take it. You just go in there with like a sawzall blade with a regular handle. You know, you get the hand handle for the sawzall blade, and go in there. And
I'm surprised that Tamboy hasn't taken advantage of the bicycle co-op.
it's gonna be like 1 inch.
I have actually.
It has the biggest
have,
one in
Jared.
America in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Jared, what I did,
I've heard about
the only
that.
reason why I have my Rampage because of the bicycle co-op.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
there's more than one, isn't there? I mean, there's like several things a bicycle.
Yeah. There's like 5 around here.
So yeah, if you just take it over there, it leaves there working.
Yeah.
Whatever
well, I
you
mean,
do on it.
yeah, basically.
Or what?
Okay.
Craigslist, Facebook
No,
Market.
co-op, where it's all donations and there's mounds of bicycle pieces, and you take it off and put it on. If you don't know how to put it on and take it off, some guy will walk over there and teach you how to take it off and put it on.
Like
Right,
a
behind the
workshop.
church is where you find the free bikes because, like the AA meetings, the church where the one
Hey, meetings.
the AA meetings are fucking behind the bushes. Behind that's going to be a bunch of free bikes because they got to punch their card for their PO and all that. So
Oh,
Okay.
these
Fucking
pedals
funny.
don't.
My brother
I gotta
was
put
just
the
now calling
expensive
me.
pedals
He said he was going to get. He's in an honor dorm or something right now, and he might get in the halfway house soon. And he
Good
said,
bike.
"Bring me one of them bicycles with the motor on it and a chain, and I'll park it outside." Whatever, man.
the-
I could.
I did it for my brother. I didn't care. As many as he needed.
Yeah.
Well, I go to
That's it.
California.
He's mostly just worried about somebody stealing it. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll put together the genericest Walmart $100 fucking thing you ever seen. You know what I mean? And bring it to you if you can ride it. He's in Ohio, and Ohio says there ain't no laws on him right now. So as long as he always finds a way to get in trouble, though, man. You know what I mean? I'm sure he'll bust the speed limit in a little neighborhood or something.
If you want to rent the truck,
No.
I'll get you a 55-foot trailer full of. We'll go around and just fucking hit everywhere that fucking 3 states. Good stuff too. Don't take with the shit,
I still ain't figured out what I'm gonna do with this. Hey, you had one just like it, Jared. I seen one of your videos, and you had one too. The fat tired mongoose, but that ain't all the way fat tired.
Yep, I had that.
Yeah. I seen it in one of your videos. I was like, damn, he's had the same bike before.
Yep.
So that's exactly the one I was talking about.
Fast, dude. Somebody bought that one within
Yeah.
5 or 10 minutes. They were fucking selling all my shit.
Right on.
I was like, damn, that was sold the first. I would have, whatever. It's fucking. It looks cool. It does look like a cool bike. Don't lie. I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Disc
well,
brakes and all
the
that.
wheels are rare, dude. So
Yeah.
whatever you do, you can't fucking get tires and tubes and fucking rims or nothing, dude. The things are too fucking rare.
I had that Jesse James.
This one was given to me. I helped an older guy that he's paralyzed around his yard a little bit. He's like, he said, you can have it. I said, all right, fuck it. The shifter, I had to replace the shifter. I put one of them thumb lever, the indexable ones. You hit shift up and down, but it come in up. It's like $10 or something to get it going again. The tires are still good, not dry rotted or nothing. I was like, damn, it's a pretty nice bike, but he can't use his legs now, so it is what it is.
My first motorized bike was a bike that I got from a girlfriend who got it because it was a friend, parent that died, and
oh goodness.
Oh yeah.
It had been sitting there for like 10 years. Like the guy died like 10 years, and the bike was just sitting there in the corner.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I found some pretty old ones. That the guy that I said in my town now that sells the bikes to me, we agreed on a deal. If I'd get them like 3 at a time, I'd get them for $100 or something. I'm like, all right, actually 90s. What I think I was giving him 30 a piece for them. And he would give you a bike, but it would be like the condition he found it in. He's not restoring it or nothing. It would just get parked in a barn, and it is what it is. If you don't want it, pass and grab another one, but $30 a piece, if you get 3 at a time. And He doesn't care. He puts a few of them out front of his house the same way and puts for sale signs on them. And I'm telling you, I'm sure if I had 2 kids and I stopped in there and told him I only had $30, I'd have come out of there with 2 bicycles. One would be full.
It turned out they're $15 a bike right this minute.
Yeah, but it's exactly what kind of guy he is. Truly, he's got he collects those Stingrays though with the shifters and that, and got them hanging everywhere. In one of his barns is like a museum with old cars and shit in it. He don't give a fuck about money.
I never had that shifter on the floor there, whatever you want to call it, on the floor.
Yeah. Hot rod bike.
A hot rod, yeah.
The muscle bike.
Yeah, muscle bike. He's got 10 of them, dude. They're perfect condition. You know what I mean? All of them.
Like a 5-speed or whatever. Some of them are really cool.
He turns his handlebars sideways, gives them a spin 90 degrees and hangs them right up on the wall every time he gets one. I'm pretty sure he's bought everyone in the tri-state, though,
I'll figure it out.
That lollipop shifter in a 62 Dodge, like 100.
Most of them are retired guys that have in bike collections, too.
Shifter on the dash.
He looks like he's been collecting them his whole fucking life, though. He's got new ones, old ones, original ones, remakes, anything that's ever come. I did not see that one with the skateboard wheel on it, though. I ain't come across that since. I'm sure if you could take a kid's bike and a skateboard wheel and work one out, the unicycle thing.
You rode that? That was right. That was you that I had one of them. Dude, I swear some traveling salesman or something showed up, and we ended up with, dude, you talked about how often we barely ever got a bicycle. That happened, dude. It was in Vidor.
Now the pedals look cooler.
Vidor, Texas. There was one fucking slab, just one little square slab that you could go take it on.
I'm going to try to use these. I'm just going to
we had,
but everybody was able to get up on it and ride that thing after about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. It had that little loop handle on the seat, no handlebars at all. You just hung onto the handle there.
You need like a basketball court to get used to it.
I tried pulling the chain out of it, and it acted like it was seized or something.
It was a weird thing, I know.
Acted like it was seized.
And then if you ask anybody in my family what happened to it, never know. I mean, that thing just disappeared. I have no fucking idea.
So let me ask you guys this. Apart. I seen a guy, and I'm pretty sure it was an overseas video, but he had built a bicycle with a tractor tire. And so you would think that'd be way too heavy, but he only used a tire, and he used some like wagon wheels or some shit that was like hollow rims, and built a big bicycle on it, kind of like the old timey bikes with the big wheel in the front.
Yeah,
right up the back of it.
Yeah, I don't need to learn a new way to get her. But yeah,
dude, he was pedaling a tractor tire right down the road. I'm like, damn, brother, how the fuck? You know what I mean?
I built a tall bike. Yeah. I did 2 of them already.
I like it regular, like what I'm used to. I stick to what I'm used to because I can do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
Nothing that's like fucking exotic.
And when you're on the tall bike, dude, it gets a little sketchy up there. I ain't gonna lie. If you have to slow down, slowing down, and you're like, man, this thing is it's a long way.
The tall bikes.
At the end of the day, I'm not trying to go out of my way to get hurt on something.
That's what I found it was. So I gave up on that, and I tried the 3-wheel bicycle in the back, and then
I'll
three.
be
I
times,
wrecked
like,
the shit. I wrecked one of them so bad I'll never ride one again. I think, but I
But
have
then I
been
tried the
thinking
2
about it.
wheels in the front, the tadpole, and you
Oh,
know what?
wow.
I
Jeez.
could not get that, dude. I couldn't get the geometry on the turning right. I couldn't make those 2 wheels turn
Funny
like
how that works.
it's
I
not
couldn't-
as easy as it looks.
What is it?
and all the levers got to be set up like a motorcycle, you know, like
Whatever.
fucking throttle on the opposite side. Brake levers and the clutch lever got to be where a motorcycle goes. Other than maybe 3 motorcycles ever made.
I was on a kick of building all the different contract. The sidecar was the only one I didn't slap together.
You haven't done it yet.
Just haven't done it yet. You're right.
I remember seeing a video or something, a little YouTube or something like that, where they had soldiers on e-bikes. And I was like, damn, that would be slick, dude. It'd be
What?
quiet as hell instead of 2-stroking, but these things look powerful as a fucking CR250 or something. I was like, God damn.
Oh yeah, those probably like a Suron or something.
Yeah, probably. I don't really even know what a Chiron is, but I'm sure it was fucking badass. I was like, God damn, dude. Silent, too. Like a whole pack of fucking 12 soldiers on bikes, and you don't hear nothing. Just there they come. You know, I may not park it by a tree, go do your mission, get back on it, and get the fuck out, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Passed me on the trail, and he was like hauling ass, like doing like 40 and just sliding, like silently sliding through.
Yeah, they're quiet. They just slip right through, but fast.
Like Batman going by, you know, like fucking. Because I'm just
We learned from this most recent conflict, the Ukraine-Russia thing, that it's back down to just a split-second lifespan on the battlefield. That either a rocket or drone one is going to kill you within a half second of being out there. Boom, boom. Oh,
That's
there you are.
crazy.
You're dead. Son of a bitch. Seeking
Yeah.
destroy.
I don't need to be stealthy like fucking MacGyver and whatever.
Out of there. I'm getting the hell out of there. Electric bikes, fucking who knows what else they're going to bring on you. If you have a heat signature on the modern battlefield, you're practically.
Fucking, I'll be like Ernest Borgnine there. Well, fucking no. We're gonna have a gas.
Digging my way underground, man. That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna start digging.
Stop selling gas. Stop.
What's up, Dan?
It's up.
I just now remembered we was on. I'm fucking
No, you
stoned.
just look at this.
I enjoy the DeWalt or whatever the fucking cordless shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you damn
Oh,
right.
I seen a bicycle with the electric drill hooked up to it too. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
fucking took off.
By DeWalt, though, I think it's by DeWalt or somebody who's sponsored. By, you know, yeah, I think
Milwaukee or something. It was fucking getting
yeah,
it, dude.
Milwaukee was one of them. You know, yeah, you're like that's pretty goddamn cool. Factory floor style bike or something. I don't know what the
Yeah.
idea was, or
Well,
just
if you was a maintenance guy, you could sure get on the other end of the building quick with your DeWalt.
that's what I'm saying. It seemed like some sort of factory floor type of work
Yeah.
thing, you know.
We had EV shit out there where I worked at too, and bicycles. We had the 3-wheeled bicycles. You could carry your tools on it. I ran a cart though. I had electric, little EV cart.
Yeah, Leonard, some of us are dropping the fucking RPMs, okay? We're looking for low end torque and enjoyable cruising speeds.
We got
There you
the
go.
Fisher
That's
Price.
the one, right? There you go.
You know,
This
we-
had like
we-
a rear end or a drive line or something on it, and he chucked right to it and hit the trigger with like a. He had a cable.
we got the
hooked up to it.
but then we got like the fuck one.
Yeah, I got a
Oh
big,
yeah,
big,
nice.
Dang.
We
big
got
head.
the fucking-
Well, I used to use a mag drill all the time at work. They're pretty fun.
This is Rosie the Riveter fucking action right here.
And you know what? They just don't make light gauge half-inch drills. Still to this day, they're still all metal bodied. It wouldn't matter if you bought one today. There ain't no plastic ones.
They don't make one that's a half horsepower like a wash machine.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. That's the thing. Still
Like-
to
Look
this
at
day,
that son of a bitch.
they're
Yeah,
all
but mine
always-
says 1 horsepower.
All fucking metal, and that's old aluminum. That's like pre-war. They don't make
That's
no
what, they
all
end up,
metal.
that's what they end up looking like when they're covered with mud and you keep cleaning them off and it gets wet sanded ultimately to a shiny metal.
Hey,
I've got a jigsaw that's completely chrome.
Completely chromed.
Completely
You
chrome.
don't get it
jigsaw.
chromed. There's no just getting it. Where the hell did you get the chrome fucking jigsaw?
You got it chrome
It's fucking
plated
old, dude.
professionally.
I do have a big half-inch drill like that.
I had a neighbor one
Found
time that was a
I found
machinist,
adapters to put the,
and when he bought
other
tools, he
pedals on
believed
it.
in only buying
Like
that was
600
What
RPM.
to do with those?
Craftsman, I think. He passed away, man. It looked like it hadn't been used 2 times. And I usually won't rock with them old school metal tools because they're too heavy and they can get you shocked and shit. But this one was like commercial grade back then and shit. It was nice, polished fucking chrome. But they paid me to help them clean a bunch of stuff out. That was how they paid me with tools.
But that'll shock you. That'll hurt you fucking bad. It'll break your fucking wrist.
Yeah.
I was
Steve
heavy duty drills. All sheetrockers have heavy duty drills.
They throw the spark.
Heavy duty
Yeah.
fucking rotor hammers. I don't know if y'all ever had to fucking buy those, but those are fucking
Spark that comes out the back of this one is brighter than the light on this one.
expensive.
I think ours was a Metabo or something. We had a big old fucking masonry. We'd drill holes through the floor to anchor shit. And it would have a huge
Oh,
hammer.
I know the one you're talking about. Core drilling.
The
Yeah.
only
And
thing
yeah,
I use
I'm fucking hammer drilling that shit out all the way to the ground.
like stick a stucco or whatever with a big long fucking. Or if
I
I'm
did
drilling
use a hammer drill that 1-inch airline. Like the jackhammer gets that, that 1-inch airline. And
I got it. Yeah. You have to have a
it's
big
a
airline
heavy
for tools
duty
like that.
fucking rotor hammer, man. And it was spinning like a 1-inch fucking hole, It was drilling, dude. That damn thing was mining into the precast concrete. Oh, it's a fucking nightmare job. I can't deny
I took a job one time. There was a wheelchair ramp inside of a business, and I'd done electrical work for them sometimes, and they was converting some shit out. And I was like, all right, I'll come do a little bit of this and that. And they said, how much you want to take that wheelchair ramp out? And I said, well, I guess you'd have to rent you a jackhammer or some, you can't use dynamite, you know what I'm saying? And a compressor for the weekend, and I'll come and hammer that shit out. And they said, well, how much? I was like, I don't know. I'll talk to Dad about it. You know what I'm saying? So I went over and I had never used no fucking jackhammer, you know what I mean? But God, it was an airline. The airline seemed like it was 2 inches.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking huge. I just said it's huge,
Yeah.
man. It's a huge airline.
Yeah,
Right, like
it
an
wasn't
inch.
no joke. It had a 4-cylinder air compressor. It had a 4-cylinder engine hooked up to exact same kind of engine. And one of them started, and one of them was the fucking pump.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
why there's a
God dang,
T on
dude,
it.
that's crazy. I never
That's why
seen
there's
that
a
before.
T on it.
We were tearing the floors out of a great big area. Yeah, we jackhammered for a good while.
Yeah. I think we got
Yeah.
$2,000 or something to tear it out.
When I worked in the spring shop, they had an inch gun for taking off bud wheels and trucks, and that would drain the air tank. And we had like
Yeah.
2 huge
Yeah.
tanks.
Yeah, forklift. I used to change the lug nuts on them all the time, and that's how it was. You had to have, dude. Our breaker bar was like fucking 8 feet long.
It was like an inch gun with like an inch hose or whatever. It was huge.
Torque wrench, rather.
I seen your link there.
And we had we had these like different torque sticks that were different lengths with different
Yeah.
colors for
Yeah,
bud. You know,
yeah.
it was
The
an
air
hour.
guns are way bigger for a fucking forklift for sure, or a
Ray
big
gun?
truck. Semi trucks use the
Put
same.
an adventure on that case. It could almost be holy.
I changed a couple sets of brakes on them big trucks with one of my good friends I grew up with. His dad owned a business, and man, I'm gonna tell you what, their brakes are. It's a fucking job changing brakes on a big truck. It's everything's bigger, heavier. Talking about a hurt back, God.
You got to do the cans and make sure the thread's the right length and all that.
Regular humans work on those giant vehicles. That's it. That is a joke, dude. Don't lie. You look at a big Kenworth and you're like, no, just a regular size human worked on it. No, that giant thing. Yeah, dude. Everything's bigger and huger. Yeah, and a human over there works on that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
The walking beams, we had a 100-ton press to press out the walking beams on like a Henry. Rubber bush. And you get the walk and beam, set up, and then push one side out. It goes like a fucking stick of dynamite when it fucking goes when it finally snaps that.
How about them hammer jobs, Jared? We talked about before. They squirt those shit and make them go off. You know what I'm talking about?
The hammer.
They put in the shoring and the post and shit. I forget what we called them.
Shotcrete?
There's some kind of engine that's more like a piston and a weight, and they go out and drive in poles in the ground. I sent a video to.
I know that. I know that when you're talking about the diesel. The diesel.
They diesel it, man.
The diesel hammer.
Diesel hammer. That's
Whatever.
it. Yeah,
We're driving pylons. Absolutely. We're a pylon state here, dude. We have all.
That's
pylons.
off the chain, dude. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I said I would love to work on one of those.
I never had seen where the guy's standing there squirting the bottle of diesel at it. The one apparently that I've been around, dude, the machine worked correctly.
Oh, dude, it seemed like they'd time it perfect so it'd get a bunch of bounces and then they'd hit it again with the squirt of shit. I was like, that's cool. What's that? A single stroke?
I'll find something better than like driving pylons.
That would be a single stroke, wouldn't it?
It's like an invisible crankshaft. It just explodes.
Well, I thought a single stroke would be like a rocket or something.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
autocycle.
An external combustion. It's like an external combustion engine that fires the ram on whatever.
Bam.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck, dude, it's ridiculous.
It gives it a little shot, whatever.
And like an 8-foot cylinder or something, 6-foot cylinder.
Jesus, that's the weight. The cylinder. The cylinder is the weight of it.
I don't know how many cc's together. 10,000 cc.
The exhaust ports probably
right.
So, like the Ram's got some exhaust ports or something in there, so it'll like kind of.
Yeah. You'll see them controlling it sometimes with a fucking rope or something. I'm like, or squirting it or whatever they're fucking doing. I'm like, Jesus, man.
I'll find something better to do than guardrail, but yeah. For those that are interested, there's tools.
Yeah. How they do that? On air or the same way?
I've seen that there's a 2-stroke jackhammer. I've only seen
oh, wow. I think I said this on yours once, Jared, but I seen a skill saw that had a chainsaw motor on it. And it was built that way from one of the companies back in the day now, way back before safety mounted.
Yeah. Tanaka makes a bunch of stuff like that.
Dude, I ain't never had a skill saw for 2-stroke motor. I'd love to have one.
Right. I'd like to have my fucking hand too.
A skill saw with a 2-stroke motor? I'd
like to have my leg below the knee too while I'm at it.
It was great.
Why would you want that?
I'd like to keep my legs, thank you.
Whatever.
I think I'm gonna do a nitro powered 2-stroke drill just for the fuck of it.
Dude, let me tell you what, dude. Chasing power for the skill saw and the chop saw early on the job site when you're there when there's dirt and concrete.
Yeah.
It's fucking pain in the ass, dude. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah. Generator. You gotta have a generator or two.
Yeah, you got to chase fucking generator. I fucking hate chasing
a bunch of cables.
You got there before the power pole, dude. Motherfucker, how did we get here before the power pole? This is fucked up.
No doubt.
I don't need to tear my shirt off in nitro speed with a fucking nitro drill. No.
That'd have been fantastic.
Oh, I'm gonna do it just so I got a pull start drill. I got an old drill that's already fucked anyway. I'll just convert the head and the motor together with a little fucking gear or something. Just
hell yeah! One of your RC engines would
put a little throttle trigger on the carburetor and fucking wang wang wang. Take that son of a bitch to next time somebody asks me to help them with drywall or some shit, I'm gonna bring it over and fire it up. You know what I mean?
Paint it red and tell everybody it's from Snap-on.
Yeah. Well, the front half probably be something like that.
Right, but if it ever fetched up, if you ever bound to drilling something.
No, I wouldn't use it. I'd just play around, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, but someone ever got a hold of that and actually put it into some masonry.
Yeah.
They got that filed up in there.
A really high-speed bit really isn't good. Most
you could drill it down to masonry and then just let it go. And then it was just.
I got something. I probably got a lady that would like to buy it from me. She'd have a different drill bit though.
If you had like a wall broke carburetor,
make sure it's unbalanced.
You get the drill bound up, and then it just goes around until it runs out of fuel. on stuck
Something
up
quick release.
spinning on the bit on the fucking. We gotta be. Did that with the Jiffy Auger.
Like for stirring paint or some shit.
50 cc's new CNC head.
You get the Jiffy Auger, that's a 2-stroke, and that'll be like a post hole digger. And if you get
Yeah,
stuck,
I've
in the
seen them
ground,
use those on ice. They're 2-stroke too. What else
if
did
you
I
get
see?
stuck in ice and let go of the handle, it'll fucking sit there and go around until it runs out of gas. Kind of cool.
No doubt. I'd say it has a small gas tank just for that.
Bone kick my ass every time.
It'll go for probably about 3 or 4 hours.
Damn.
Just idling or whatever. You're not gonna be able to grab it.
I would figure eventually it would dig itself loose and you could probably stop it.
It's just gonna spin on the shaft if you let go of it.
Yeah. I seen a dude cutting chainsaw with an ice and cut a big circle out and cut himself right off onto the circle with a few other people. It was that big. And they used the chainsaw and got it spinning like a merry-go-round. It was crazy.
I've seen this.
What I
You
would
see
do
that?
is I'd blade around on it. Like I'd have the ice auger and I'd turn the blade around on it, and then I could go as a post hole digger as long as I didn't
Yeah.
get into too many roots.
I seen a guy on ice skates one time too with the big old chainsaw with the big bar on it, fucking scooting across the ice. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
And so I got that auger stuck in some roots, and I had to stop it, and then take the auger off it, then back the shaft out with like a huge pipe wrench.
There was an infomercial. I don't know if you remember this or not.
Hole digger.
With this 3-foot long auger bit that had a little tiny auger on the end of it. And you put it on your drill and you walked out in the yard and it did the weeds. And my brother Seth worked for a rich lake dude.
what?
He bought that tool and had him out in that yard, dude, a bunch of times with that little auger tool, dude.
Digging weeds,
digging them weeds with it,
digging
dude.
the lines and shit.
Oh, exactly, dude. She bought that thing and
Listen, I had that same thing happen to me, and like 3 of my brothers and me was making bank though. But her husband had caught cancer and she was taking him for treatments and it was at end of life for him. You know what I'm saying? And she needed somebody to help because they homesteaded and they went all natural, everything, deodorant and all. They don't drive cars no more. They only carpool. And I don't know how that makes any difference, but you know what I'm saying? Every tool on their place was a hand tool. And they would let the weeds grow until it took over the banks and the flowers and want you to go hand do it. You know what I mean? And I was like, God almighty. They put a pond in and wanted to try to get my dad to get us come out there and dig it by hand. I was like, fuck no, I'm done with that lady. You know what I mean? I'm too old for that shit, Dad, even at 25. Fuck that. It'll take fucking 10 years. We rented, she ended up being able to go with us using diesel and dig it, but Jesus. You know what I mean? She wanted everything to be done by hand.
whatever. Weird.
Yeah.
Right. Like eccentric. Were they willing to pay?
Oh, yeah, they were paying good. Yeah. Yeah. And when it
Yeah,
got to
my
that
brother
point,
said
though,
he
that's
did
just crazy.
a good taking care of that lady, doing whatever she asked.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We, for the most part, we couldn't do the pondo by hand. Fuck, that was too much. But we fixed her house up a little bit. She wanted some hay bales like stuccoed in around the bottom of her house. And I was like, what? Yeah, I could probably do it, but I could think of 10 reasons why a person wouldn't want to. I want it done. I was like, all right.
She was more into seawalls and docks,
Tear it
and
off by hand.
arbors, and all kind of rich people stuff. Now you can pouring money into properties.
Rich people will do stupid shit though.
Yeah, I went out to her house. Her husband did pass away. R.I.P. Joe. But anyway, she ended up getting her a little Toyota EV car and was okay with like driving a Prius and started because she couldn't trust people and was kind of scared of people. Really, she was a weird one. You know, it takes all kinds in this world. You know that.
We had this one dude.
Oh.
It was like we were working construction. I didn't do all the work. Like there was like 6 of us, and so this one of the crew had this dude that needed a dishwasher installed, and so every time that he put it in, it wasn't quite right. the right, too far to the left, too high, too low. Like
Wow.
the door
I
didn't
never
open.
thought.
So he's messing around with it. So I go over there, right? And they're like, look. So I'm like, what do you? Because they figured, well, bring me over there, set it up, or figure something out, right? And so I go over to give another opinion on it. And I'm like, shit, it looks good like it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, but it's a little, I said, well, you have to live with it. And no one ever told this guy, you have to live with it, dude.
Oh wow.
And he already spent 10 grand at this point to install this dishwasher that was
Oh
like,
my
I don't
God, dude.
10 grand? That's
probably
crazy.
$1,000 dishwasher, a fancy dishwasher from France or some shit. And he already spent 10 grand. And I said, dude, you're gonna have to live with it. We ain't gonna do mess with it no more. But you gotta
What'd
find
you-
someone else.
Yeah, go find something that's really broke.
Right. It's like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Here's
they
what
were
we
saying, kiss his
Yeah.
ass. They're hoping to kiss his ass to try to get the more bill.
Yeah.
You know, like, no,
My
we're done.
dad would just, well, when that would happen to my dad, he would just overbid on the job so ridiculous that it would make it worth it.
You never know when this person's gonna show up, dude. Don't fucking lie. You don't know you're giving a fucking estimate for this fucking person. You never can call this shit. I
You
did
know, you get 100
years I had that shop open. I wouldn't have
dishwasher
guessed this motherfucker.
100 times.
I try to, but man, you can't. Motherfucker turned into a weirdo. God damn, I shouldn't have said yes. I fucked up, man.
Well, it was like three of us. It was like three partners. And I was like one of the partners. And so I was like, no, pack up our tools. We're done. I don't care if it's fucking, you have to live with it.
Yeah.
It's this or get somebody else because I don't care how much money it is.
I used to never turn down work. I'd always try to take it. And I tell you what, once you get like I got signed on by the governor in the state of Ohio and the labor department shit. And if you start carrying contractor's license and stuff like that, there has been jobs that I've had to say fucking no to. You know what I mean? Because I was trained to not take them for sure. Don't take them jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're bonded and insured and all that or whatever.
It could make me lose my livelihood. You know what I mean?
What? Dude, come on, I got a little extra asphalt, man. Let me just hit your driveway.
Don't want to jeopardize everything else, but yeah, this one guy, he had a bunch of commercial property, so we did a lot of work for him. It's just we couldn't work for him at his house.
Oh yeah,
commercial property had like rules and stuff or whatever. He didn't have much to say about that.
Yeah, little weird things and stuff.
Some residents, it was like a fucking nightmare.
I never worked at anyone's house.
Yeah, I worked at a couple people's houses.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money painting. I tell you that, drywalling and shit, electrical work.
All right. Well, I was like a contractor that worked for all the other contractors. Like,
huh?
He
That's
freelance.
interesting.
Freelance.
Freelancing.
Yeah.
Like we just build. Like some guy would be like, "Yeah, what are you guys doing?" Oh,
what are you guys doing? You want to murder?
I used to think it was. I started cutting grass.
Guys, you can pick up, significant amount of weight.
What happens is like everyone knows everybody in that area or whatever. And so one guy would be like, I just got this huge job for like $10 million and I got to finish my house.
Yeah.
And I trust you guys.
Bring the rug and we're going to roll it up and carry it out.
A contractor work for another contractor. And whatever. So it's like so he already knows the game, you know, it's not some idiot. So you work for the general contractor that build his own house, or will put his own place. You don't want them to
No residential, I built only commercial.
Yeah. So you get a GC to all the other GCs. So you get into the GC market, that's good money because those guys can pay.
I got fired from one job one time, and I had never been fired from a job, so I thought it was like something. It ain't happened to me since then. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
I always knew it could happen. But if you're cutting grass in some places, you have to be insured. If you're doing electrical work like installing satellite TV, you had to carry insurance. Electricians got to carry insurance. Contractors carrying insurance. And I thought like $3.5 million worth of insurance. That was like, how could you? You'd have to be rich or something. But it really only cost you like $60 every 2 months or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You have to have it or whatever.
Don't let them fucking call against it, dude.
It's like a tax against your wages.
Jimmy Love was up on the fucking 13th fucking floor, dude, spraying fucking, let's say plaster. I mean, not plaster, but stucco out of a goddamn hopper. And that cloud drifted.
Oh,
and it
wow.
landed on that
Yeah.
fucking parking lot of fucking cars, dude.
Had to go detail every car.
I've seen that before. I've seen that
Yeah.
with a concrete mix, like a dry
It
mix.
happens with painters.
Canceled his
too.
ass after they paid for that, though, dude. He was canceled.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I never had to use it, actually, Jared. I've never had to use it. I wouldn't know what filing a claim on it even was. I just know it wasn't but a couple $100 a year, and you had $3.5 million worth of insurance, and you really didn't think about it. I turned it in as a tax thing anyway, so you didn't even pay nothing for it, really. But anyway, right now I don't have insurance. My shit's all on hold. But anyway,
Yeah,
like,
I don't
even
have general liability right now, dude, and I'm happy.
I was at I was
without
actually
general liability
cutting grass.
right now since like 3 years worth of it now.
Yeah.
Nice.
My insurance right now is only $22 a month. It's cheap as it's ever been in my life.
And I'm glad I don't pay them. What? Are they gonna give me any of it back?
The only thing I worry about is like those
Yeah,
big
I stopped paying
companies
it. They're not gonna hand any of it back. They never used any of it, and they never gave any of it back.
Yeah, right. They don't give it back much.
Exception,
Ever.
whatever.
Well, they're greedy.
But well, so anyway, getting back to it, I was cutting grass. I had to have this license to cut grass. Only certain people could do it, and we had certain equipment that could do it. Like you had to have electric weed eaters, and the electric weed eaters had to be turned in or picked by the company and shit like that. It's like in a chemistry company, it was a chemical plant, so you could risk an explosion. So you had to be real careful not to. You had certain training from, whatever. But I'm out there fucking weed eating, dude. And I didn't think I was all on my own. And there was a couple guys outside the fence on 0 turns outside the gates, and I'm on the inside. And I'm one of the ones that can always pass a drug test, usually. But I had been to a birthday party, partied pretty hard that week before that, or I don't know, maybe that day a little bit even, I don't know. But any fucking how, they happened to pull me for a random drug test, and I'm like, I don't work for the factory, I work for the grass cutting company. And they was like, we don't give a fuck. You're passing a drop and a piss test. You signed, you do it anytime we said it, you're gonna do it. I was like, oh fuck.
They caught you with those other guys passing them phone or whatever.
Oh, we didn't do it right there.
Somebody who works at the plant.
I wasn't even
got rid of
the
them.
bad thing was I wasn't even fucking high, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even do that day. But just, like they done the drug test and it come up for fucking amphetamines, cocaine, and fucking THC. And I was like,
well, shit, never mind. You were triple threat, motherfucker. I mean, hot damn.
Hell, I thought it was just gonna fail for weed, but I must have been partying harder than I fucking thought. You know what I'm saying? This chick can give me some diet pills.
Biden in there gonna go and blow the place up now.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. See that? They figure you're gonna go in there and sabotage the whole fucking place.
So needless to say, the insurance company had something to say about that. I didn't use them anymore.
Right.
Well, it looks like they're the wrong size.
PR. It wasn't good PR for the landscaping.
No. None of them fit. It's like it's a custom size or something.
I got caught by the what do you call it?
Yeah, 21.1. It's 1 millimeter.
I tried talking them out of it. I said, man, can't you drug test one of them out there? You don't have to get me. I got work to do in here, and I'm the only one that can do it. It's like, nope, pee in the cup or fucking call your boss. I'm like, fuck that.
I only got caught as a boss stuff. I've never got caught as like an employee stuff.
I had to get let go from this one place. I started I was working as a boat painter. I was painting hulls, and I painted my own truck. I painted a bunch of shit with all grip and all craft. And so I was painting, and the boss came to me one day and says, "Hey, I got to let you go because the town said that if you're working here, they're not going to bring their vehicles." And they were a big account for them, like painting the ambulance, the fire engine, all this, because we fucking had blew up half the fucking town anyway.
Wow.
So he was cool about it. I was like, no problem, So then I went and fucking took off and blew up their fireworks that year. Fucking threw a cigarette butt in their fireworks box and Took out half the fucking whatever baseball diamond. They got it back. It cost them.
Whenever we was younger, I remember this. I don't know what the fuck. I wasn't even involved with it, to be honest with you, but through association, and I did eat a lot of the candy bars and potato chips. But a couple of my friends, we was a couple of brothers and a sister, and these other brothers was 3 brothers deep, and then another set was twins. So that when we rolled around, it'd be 10 in a gang full of people. Usually, if one person done it, we all got accused of it any fucking way. It didn't matter who threw the rock or whatever.
Nobody would talk to take half the fucking town down.
Yeah. We didn't do nothing that bad, but we did kick a door open on the dugout and take a bunch of fucking chocolate chips and candy bars.
Yeah. I didn't do anything.
I was working at the spring shop, Palmer Spring, and the town brought the like trucks there, like the heavy trucks, like the snow plows and all that. Big what is it? Like a Kodiak or whatever it was.
Right.
And so they needed they needed 10 grand worth of work done to it, 4 leaf springs all the way around and whatever. So they got a fucking 99-cent rattle can of spray paint. I went around it with a pressure washer and fucking then when that dried, I fucking hit it with a 99-cent can of pressure washer, put the slip back in, fucking send it, it's done. They didn't notice.
Look, he's got sparks going back here.
You
Yeah,
know,
right again.
like 18 springs on one side or whatever. Fucking got a rattle can, fucking for 10 grand, send it. Fuck the town.
I've painted a few of them with rattle cans. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, they got a rattle can. They paid 10 grand for a fucking rattle
I'd
can.
personally rather just spray the shit on with the sprayer. You know what I mean? It's less work for me. Where's my finger out from rattle cans? Fuck that.
It's a lot less work than having to bust those U-bolts and fucking carry those springs down. None of them were cracked. None of them were broken. They just a little rusty. They're fucking from the salt and sand and shit.
Yeah.
But if you can't give good air to a paint gun, it's not worth using hardly.
Leaf springs had another 20 million miles left on them.
If you keep a rattle can blows clean dry paint.
But also
And,
the town was
that's
state
their-
$10,000 fucking 99 fucking spray job. If that's what they want, they'll pay for it.
That's
Happy to
fucked
have
up.
It's got water in it. It's got fucking whatever. I hate chasing.
Oh,
the
I
driver.
missed you yesterday, Jared, but I went back and tried to watch some of it today, and I seen Adam was on there or whatever. It's the snake guy, the new guy or whatever.
Yeah.
No, new guy gets to be me, I guess, but any fucking way. It looked like he pulled his dabs out and then he plowed him, didn't it? I've had that happen to me a few times on here.
He knocked his ass right in the dirt.
Oh,
I seen
dude.
it.
I seen it all the way up to about there, and then I just laughed because I remembered I've done it a few times. I'm like, fuck,
He was
dude,
down to split.
Yeah, they did go cross-eyed flat on him, dude. He's awful squinty and shit. Fucking God. Well, I missed that. When did you guys have fun the other night? I guess we'll see each other Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I miss about working in garages? I was like first starting out and shit. I was breaking down tires, and every once in a while you get that truck would come in, be like a Ford Ranger, like an 80 something Ford Ranger would come in, windshield's all fucking dirty.
Spotted out.
And it'd be a fucking rounded over roaches in there. It'd be like a fucking ounce of rounded over roaches in that motherfucker.
I fucking strip my shit.
We'd grab our cigarette packs and fucking fill
Got
it
a
up.
fresh one right here.
Go picking through and find the
We're all
biggest
good to
one.
go.
Put the pile back on top, you know, like undisturbed. Fucking put his tires on and shit, send him down the road, and we'd be fucking, everyone would
That's a
have weed.
clutch lever, so
Hell yeah.
$7 an hour. Fucking.
we
and
get paid now.
fat- I think I was making $7.25 an hour.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to take this other edible. Finish up the rest of the pack.
But that
And get
motherfucker,
down to
someone would roll up.
400 milligrams.
What is it? Is it in a vitamin jar?
No,
Let me see.
I'm having
I
some
got-
monster. Wash his fucking after any time.
I
From the
got me
70s
one of them
rolling.
marijuana drinks the other day. It was pretty good.
Looks like some
CJ's not going.
serious
I
cloud
know.
activity.
Ooh, what's this?
Yeah.
Edibles are nasty.
I worked at a car wash that was like that, Jason. Every now and then somebody cool would roll through and leave you something in it. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, thanks.
Right, my cousin had a car wash.
We worked at a paint shop. This was very similar. You find roaches in the
Yeah.
ash.
Right.
Dude, it saves a lot of trouble. You don't got to worry about,
Thought they were or not. Hell
I go
yeah.
see my cousin every once in a while. Like I go over and see my cousin and get a free car wash, and then I'd see like he'd be all fucked up or whatever. I'd be like, dude, what'd you get? He wouldn't be talking, it'd be like all you could tell he's all fucked up. Something came through. But yeah.
But I get tip joints now, dude. At doing this delivery, getting somebody handing me a joint is not uncommon.
Like you could feel the mood of the car, like the car wash. If like everyone was like fucking jonesing, or if everyone came through, something came through heavy. It's all fucked up in there.
Everybody got weed nowadays, though. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm rolling a little.
Pretty much.
They were out of my 60
Oh,
days.
good to go now.
I got more than half one set in here. We're all fired up together.
Oh yeah, my earbuds.
Tan's not big into it though. His dad's out there.
Every house I deliver to, dude, you can smell weed rolling out that door.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, we lived in apartments in Lexington, Kentucky, and they would always the news crews would be out there nonstop with the telescope and camera up, poking it in your fucking windows and shit. Well, it was crazy. Lexington, Kentucky is pretty wild, and they would give the cops free or a big discount to move in there. And they would we would. I had one for a neighbor, and I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He said something about it a few times, and I was like, man, if you don't like the smell of it, then you can move. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I want in my house. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Right. But yeah, they go to plant the cops all around, thinking that they make them live there.
They didn't stop me none. I fucking blaze it right up. I was like, dude, what are you going to do? Fucking get a warrant, bust my door down? You know what I mean? Just ignore it. I don't do it that much anyway. Jesus Christ.
That cop can stay up all night listening to my fucking AC/DC while I'm getting fucked up, fucking breaking shit. Yeah.
Luckily, my neighbor was the one, or my roommate had his room up against it. We ended up moving into a haunted ghost fucking townhouse or some shit. After that lease, and I couldn't be happier to get away from him.
I had a really good friend of mine in a small town in Maine, and him and his buddy rented this place out above the police station and was selling dope out of it, smoking dope.
I didn't sell it. I just smoked a little bit.
They were doing it above the police station in out of an apartment.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They did it for decades.
Turned the police station into the trap house. All right.
Yeah, they turned the cop shop into the fucking trap house.
All righty. I guess you wouldn't need much protection.
I don't know when it was like they did it for 10 years and made a fortune doing it. Cops never knew. They just heard that, oh yeah, there's young guys. Everyone was like in their like 20s. They did all these young guys are playing that punk music and shit or whatever. A lot of friends coming and going all the time.
Oh, Trent's on. What's up, Trent?
He's eating spaghetti or meatballs or pizza. I don't know.
Pretty lucrative little business in Florida right beside the sheriff's department, and actually use some of their paint to paint my shop, some of their insulation.
Surely he has not just eating out of his lap. I mean, he's got more dignity. The man's got class. He's got a plate over there. There's a white plate.
Yeah. There's some.
The police department was investigating me for growing marijuana on their land, on their property at the police station in that town. I threw the seeds out. I drove by because they share the same parking lot as the nightclubs and shit. They're in town. So I threw a handful of seeds out and forgot about it. But then we were joking about it at the bar, and someone the bartender, whatever, said. But yeah, they had me. I was investigated for growing weed at the police station, Brunswick, Maine. Like when was that? Like 2000, fucking 3 or 4 or something.
All through high school, when I'd go see I'd have to go to the juvenile courts, and they had like a little court thing. And every time I went, and my friends, it was like a joke. We always got all the seeds and planted them right in front of the fucking courthouse. We'd go throw them around in the bushes and shit where they didn't cut grass or wasn't easy to get to. They'd make it sometimes for a pretty good while. You'd always grow it out there.
I'm sitting there in Portland, Maine, with a friend of mine, and I'm rolling up a fucking Rolly cigarette top tobacco. I'm rolling up one for me, and I'm rolling up one for him. I already had a joint pre-rolled, and the cop's sitting there on a horse, back when they had horses, and because it's French.
Oh God. No.
Switched the cigarette for the joint, and I asked the cop light, and he fucking reaches down with his lighter because the cop was smoking a cigarette on the horse, and so he fucking reaches down with his lighter and lights my fucking joint. A crowd of fucking people.
Wow.
My fucking dude was like, no fucking way. But yeah, I gotta light my joint one.
I watch what I say about some shit I've seen and done. That's for sure on here. It's pretty
A lot of
cool.
metal shards. Holy shit. Whew.
I was like 14 when I did that.
Yeah. Well, as it's past 7 years, I guess you could talk about it, but I still don't.
You go around the back alley, hide in a corner. Anything in the city was fucking easy to get away with. Crawl in a window.
I had cops come and take spots of mine before, and I wouldn't get busted, but my grow would be over, right? But I wouldn't put too many in one spot anyway. And I'd see tire tracks and the weeds knocked down and shit, and I was like, oh hell no, that one's gone. And you could see them when they get that big. The green sticks out if you know you planted them above all the rest of the weeds and shit. You can just see them from it. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh no, that don't look good. And the first day there was tire tracks, and I don't know what made me go back and look again, but I was on a 4-wheeler. I could have been doing anything, and I was way far away. But they were actually down there in and throwing them in the truck, and I was like, fuck, that's over for sure. You know what I mean? And I'm got it getting the fuck out of here. And it was they got every single one of them, and then it wasn't very much further down the road. There was like, I don't know, probably like 9 more of them, and it
No
was in one
shit,
little
Josh.
spot. And they left those. I always felt like I lost those too though, because I was scared to go back and get them. But I went back way late into it and couldn't believe it. They were still there. I was like, damn, I feel like there's cameras in the tree, but fuck it, man. We're going to get them anyway.
I had a hike to when I grew weed. There was like a lot of places to grow weed, and sometimes I go and there'd be like someone else already growing in there or whatever. And so I had to go so far away. Like I went like the next county over, up on the power lines and shit and I found a spot.
Yeah.
And the only reason I found it was because I was dating this chick, and her father or grandfather used to grow it up there, and so there was a good spot to grow it, and no one goes up there or whatever. And then I grew it up there. Even after I stopped seeing her, I was like, we only dated a little while. I
just seen some tonight. Somebody had going that was looking pretty good. They were about 3 or 4 foot high. It's usually he starts budding them right there instead of letting them fully grow. But I was like, man, you ought to let me get some of them off of you and take them out and put them in the sunlight and let you see what Mother Nature would do for them. Fuck inside.
Right. Like, this was the thing. I would bring like this old guy, during certain times of year, he made wreaths and stuff, and he needed boughs, like spruce and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I had to go and bring him a bunch of that shit with a bunch of weed wrapped inside it. Like it'd be wrapped. I'd use that to hide my weed in October. So when the weed was ready, I'd show up at his place with a big fucking truckload of fucking boughs and stuff. So we'd be doing the wreaths and shit, and I'd have all the trash bags there with a fucking all the cedar on.
You know what mistletoe is? I'd always go shoot mistletoe out of trees with a fucking shotgun, use some buckshot, and we'd wrap it up in little twigs and sell it.
Yeah, Christmas wreaths was the cover, and the Christmas trees were the cover for the fucking movement of the dope.
Right on. We can put it down in drywall buckets. Drywall buckets work good. Here he goes. You gonna ride it?
All it needs is some pedals.
Nice.
And the ATV trails and all that.
Look, you got some handlebars on there after all.
Yeah.
Look,
bars are a little wide for my taste.
Yeah, a little bit big, ain't they?
Well, bikes for a big guy probably.
Yeah.
Like Mossy.
Pretty cool bike.
It'd be perfect for you, Mossy.
I had one of them, basically that chopper frame or whatever it is.
That's pretty cool. $40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not-
motor and all.
And then I already had the bars laying around, so I could,
Right.
sell this thing for 300 or something.
Right. Fix it up.
This is what I got. I got 12-inch bars, but they're BMX.
Yeah. I looked at some BMX ones the other day, man. They go for pretty high nowadays.
$100.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at some. It's like 80.
Yeah, the cheapest one that I found was like $75 at like a store that I was at. Dang,
I had
Jared's in the
better luck.
dark.
They got these were like 80 or something, or whatever. And there's a
Yeah.
chrome set that's like 114. I might get.
Everybody else has got
Dang.
weird looking.
I got pretty normal lighting, I'd say.
Can't
Yeah.
find my fucking other earbud. I dropped it.
You're outside. It's fucking. It's in the middle of the night here, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
in
it's
the-
not. It's not the middle of the night. Come on.
It's 11 o'clock or 10:44 here.
Yeah, regular people are already in bed.
It's
Nice.
9:44 here, and I'm trying to work on a clutch.
I know.
That's sweet. I think I seen that the other day.
But I got the full
I
bolt.
got
Damn.
one
one.
like that here.
Who the
There's a
hell
lot of
puts
kids' bikes that have
half-inch-
that one.
Who
Well,
the
we
hell
got
puts
this one.
half-inch stuff on, or
That's
half-inch pedals
Oh,
on a chopper?
That's chromo. And that's a 6 bolt.
Half-inch pedals.
Yeah, they're half-inch pedals. I got to get adapters for them to work.
Oh. A bit too, because
Oh wow.
I'm long torso. But yeah, you go.
That's honestly horseshit.
Fuck, I felt like a pussy trying to get that bike up to 100 miles an hour today. Like,
We got
Jesus
this-
Christ. that 750's got some fucking nuts, dude. It'll
We got-
get it.
Brake.
Yeah.
Got our front brake over here.
Known to be able to get it. But look what they put in there, dude. Look how big that fucking motor is on that fucking motorcycle.
Well, you're wrapped around it. A big old 4-cylinder
Yeah,
right
right.
there. You know what I mean?
It's just stupid.
Or whatever.
I would go fire it up, you guys, but it's fucking late here. My neighbor's windows are open and shit.
We got it. We
Oh,
found
yeah,
a chamber
they'd kill you.
for it,
Yeah.
and we got this here. And we figured out this fucking. It like catches like one hole or something.
Okay.
We can use that to mount the fucking. Actually,
Yeah.
a couple of different things if we wanted to fucker do it cheap. But I got plate that's coming. I got some plate that's coming for that project there.
I got a guy that's supposed to be coming by tomorrow to look at some engines I have. And he said, man, I'd like to buy a bunch of that go-kart and stuff from you. I was like, well, I wish you fucking would, because
I
I'm
wish-
not really into it that much no more.
It's still got some air in it, but there's a slow leak in it. So when
Holy
it's
shit,
got
I just fixed this fucking hub. I just tightened up the hub on it, and it just works now. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be dipped.
Oh,
these are that's like that thing's like these
saying I fixed the hub with one wrench.
Damn, that bike does look pretty big.
It
Thing's
does.
weird to pedal.
Yeah.
I like how it pedaled. I didn't like anything about that fucking Jesse James chopper, but it was
So
cool.
how do you think about this, Jared? That mongoose I was talking about with the bigger tires, whatever. I forget what it's called, but like Trekkie.
Yeah.
Cool, mate.
I can't remember the name either.
There's a neighbor of mine that wanted to swap me for a beach cruiser that a motor would fit on. I was about did it.
A beach cruiser.
thing I liked about the Jesse James was it was a heavy duty frame, like a motorcycle
Even
frame.
how I fixed that bike was I put 29-inch wheels on it. Regular 29s with disc brakes went right on there.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Get rid of the
I
27.
don't, like I said, I was going to use it as a friction driver is what I was going to do, and do it with one of your setups with the
Sure,
four
that's
setup.
what I did with it.
Yeah. What'd you end up selling it for? Just curious.
I don't really know. Maybe she got $200 probably for it. 100, 200
Okay.
bucks.
Yeah.
One or two. She didn't get more than that though. I assure you.
Yeah. I told
She
the
was
dude with the
I
beach
had to
cruiser.
hope you plow that.
I
You
didn't
know,
really want to trade it for the beach cruiser because I can get a beach cruiser for $30. You know what I'm saying? Any one of them.
that boy toy stuff if she could. Maybe she sold it for $80. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
I told her I don't want to know what you sell it for. Just sell all this stuff right here. And it's sold fast too.
Mm-hmm.
People love motorcycles and mini bikes and
Fucking hey, dude, I love them. I've always had something like that around. It's like pattern therapy, dude. My mind's completely clear tonight. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, dude, it's time to go home, smoke a joint, and watch the sun go down. I've been
Right.
cutting a little bit of grass. I got about half the grass cut.
nobody wants.
Definitely free your mind a motorized bike's one thing, but Jesus, when I jumped on that horse, I was like, fuck me. This thing, I forgot how much ponies you had, you know what I mean, compared to a motorized bike engine. You're in fifth gear idling and scared. You're like, what the fuck?
I have luckily not been on a bike in a good 2 years or so, 3 years. So, it feels good to ride the motorized bike. It feels better than pedaling.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I don't even ride that fast, Jared. I'm in the slow lane. I mean, as far as bike riders go, if you're riding 15, 20 miles an hour, that's like my average speed, I think. Like when I'm really getting going, I guess I go 35, I guess, or something, but it doesn't feel comfortable there to me. It feels like you're flying when you're doing 25 mile an hour. You're like, damn, on a bicycle, it just feels so much faster.
It does, dude. And I can't tell you why. Even though my bikes are as big as a motorcycle, I know 25 on it still feels fucking fast. And that's just about where it starts to feel fast. By 35, really fast, 45, it fucking feels like it's flying off the fucking face of the earth.
It's been about
I'm
10
just
years.
glad I can do it.
Rode motorcycles, and so I was like in my 40s. That's probably like 45 or whatever, and I'm like, no, I'm done with the motorcycles in the traffic, and I'm too old to get hurt, and I'm just.
Well, I was nursing this is my first time getting back on it from a back surgery. And I'm wearing knee braces still and shit, so I was real careful. But golly, like I said, it was like, holy fuck, man, it's gonna take a minute. I feel like a fucking twat or something saying that, but I ain't trying to kill myself.
But I go out and ride the motorized bike after work at night and shit, and go shoot pool or drink or sing tunes or whatever. And it was like it wasn't during like riding a motorcycle because I could ride the sidewalk or whatever.
Yeah. They're a lot easier to handle. The 185 is a lot easier to handle too, but damn, I hopped on it and was like, Jesus, she's heavy. But then you give it a little bit of gas and you're like, yeah, it don't stop it from being quick neither though.
It seems to be just heavy enough.
Yeah.
I got this many things.
I need the exercise for the pedal bike. The pedal bike gives me exercise, feeling of accomplishment. I can get everything else delivered. I just have to make big orders.
I enjoy the motorized bike. So
the live stream had a lot of great information about that track out there. One of them was that CR80, some guy that you're seeing, that they do that lap in just under 2 minutes, and that CR80 does it in 44 seconds. And a CR80 is a fucking bike.
I had a couple CR80s. They're pretty mean. One of them was air cooled, the older one.
Just saying,
kids
like, man, that's not a.
I gotta get a photo of this.
That is like that big of a difference.
If I found like a 125,
125 a lot.
A 125 is going to be tall enough for me. For 80, But if I found like a 125 for like $400, I could get parts for. I'd have to be able to get parts for it,
Yeah. So I ended up finding out I'm on a 185 two-stroker for a street trail bike.
Fucking 7,000 or 8,000.
I like
whatever.
That's nice. TC 185. What?
Yeah, I just found out today, Jared. It's got 5 more gears that are higher than the other 5. It's a 10-speed.
You did not.
I fucking did, dude. Listen, it's got a high low on it. I couldn't believe it.
Like dominoes.
My 72 Kawasaki G4 it was a 10-speed with a high and low range. But in high range, the 100, in high range, like 55. In low range, it's 55.
You think it's made for or something to have the switch? What's the switch on there for? Where's it at? In between your legs?
No, it's down there on your foot shifter side where the regular shifter's at. I seen another little switch down there and was like, "What's that?" And I got to looking, and I was like, "That motherfucker has got another set of gears." And I flipped it up in the high, and it's okay because I got my permit today, so I could go ride it on a longer ride, and it felt like it needed another gear, but it felt like a 185 should or something compared to a 750 or something, you know. But I hit it high gear on it, and it give me 5 new gears that were a lot higher. I was like, "Fucking A, you're right, dude. I love this little thing. It'll still take off on a wheelie. I just left it in high. Fuck the low speed shit."
They have a real odd, like
That's a lot.
the drive sprocket on that's really strange. On those, it's got like 2 ratio.
Yeah, I didn't even know it. I was like, son of a bitch. I had one like it that was a blue one or purple, whatever Yamaha color is. I'm colorblind, but anyway, you know what I mean. And it was
Blue's
a TC 185 too,
Yamaha.
but it didn't have no extra shifter on it.
What I liked about that low range was I could go up any kind of old gravel road, like bird hunting. I'd take a shotgun with me.
I would figure you'd almost need to be doubling or in heavy mud or something.
Fuck, I need a cigarette. That was stressful.
Oh, I'd have it like in like low range in like 3rd gear, just putting along with a double shotgun going for partridge. But
I just never did really know that, like a mud bike or like a trail riding bike. I would be on a big XL 250 even when I was like 10 or 12, and I was already big as I am now, 13 years old. So I got on an XL 250, and that thing was like riding a mule. I could double 2 people. There'd be 3 up on it going upside of logging trails and shit. You know what I mean? Them XRs will do it. Or mine was an XL, street and trail.
Yeah, right. I'd take that dirt bike as far as I could go, and then I'd fucking take it off the foot
for a while.
And so I'd go hunting and come back, and I was hunting the whole time once I got off the tar road. And so I'd get something.
We'd be moonshining.
I wouldn't get a deer with it.
I had we'd rig up some kind of fucking street bike motor to some knobbies, and that's what we'd usually run. But then we started doing 4-wheelers, them side by sides and shit too. But
that 180 could probably haul a deer out of there.
It probably would. That like I said, if you was doubling or something, it's got a pretty good rack on the back. You know what I mean? It could carry some shit. It's a nice old bike for real. Collectors. I'm sure it's probably extra collectors now that it's got a 10-speed.
Like if you got the horns off the ground, and you got the horns off the ground and just putt, you know, that's what I do. That low range.
I'm surprised 2-strokes can even do it like I said. A XR is what I ended up popping on her XL 250, but the 2-strokes is a 185. I just didn't really think that's not a size I really remember messing with too much. It was kind of an oddball. Usually be like somebody be on an 80 or a 100, or like if it's 2-stroke, it'd be like a 102 or 250. You know, it was at 185 is kind of an oddball.
The 100 was a dog. The 100 didn't have a lot of power, but anything like a 185 was like a Yamaha or Suzuki or any of them 185.
I had some KXs and CR 100s though that would get it.
Right. That was more of a racing series.
Yeah.
Those 185s were like a trail bike. They had like a
true that. You're right about that for sure.
You know, they had the chrome racks on them, the metal fenders, and all that shit.
This one sounds wild when it's idle. I don't know if I can take you guys out there. I might go out there and start it.
But yeah,
it sounds real good. I heard it.
So and now the only thing you can get is like a 400, like a CB 400 was like those old 2-stroke trails. And you could probably put dirt bike tires on that and go out in the woods with it, like an old CB 50 or something.
I'd get me something scrambler like a CB 400. You know, put some scrambler tires on it, and there you go.
You could do that on or off road, like those scramblers. It depends on the tires you put on it.
Army tires with them round circle knobbies, you know.
Right.
I don't, dude. I go straight motocross. I don't give a fuck. I want big giant knobbies. You know what I mean? People say, "Holy fuck, you can't put them on the road," and I'm like, "Watch me." You know what I mean? I'll drive it on the street like that. I don't give a fuck.
At least on the back, you want at least knobbies on the
giant knobbies.
You want some
I
kind
don't
of
even want the 50-50s, no 80-20 nothing. I want 100% off-road knobbies. You know what I mean?
right. Front don't have to have a big aggressive knobby, just the back tire.
He's like, no,
You
you go faster, Jared. If you go fast enough,
That's what I was about to say. You just go faster. You know what I mean? You don't feel that for very long.
This here at 47 miles an hour. Look at that. Not a problem.
But they do get sketchy because really a motocross frame strapped on a 4-cylinder, it's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what you want to do. This is
What's that?
no joke. You get
You
like
got me another bike.
You get you like a KX250 and you put a set of those street
What?
tires with Dunlops on it. It'll want to rip the handlebars out of you off your hands.
Right.
It's gonna go to 0 to like 100 as fast,
Bicycle?
faster than a fucking Ferrari or anything that you ever can
This
imagine.
thing? I don't want to sell it.
KX250 or any of those 250
This thing?
bikes with the fucking street tires
The
on
other
it.
thing I just bought? Oh, yeah, no, that's not my chopper. The thing I just bought.
Good smoke
Okay, I
show.
thought you were talking about this. I was like, I don't want to sell this.
Yeah, I'd have to lean. I had my handlebars like at my waist. So I'm leaning over with
I
my
put a motor on it.
in my waist, fucking
Want to
trying to
put
hold
a motor on it.
that.
Pain. Now look what I have to deal with here. Look what I have to deal with here. I'm not going to mount a motor on this.
But yeah,
I know it'll pay me cash, but I got a bike right here. I got a bike right here. Sure.
so it's like you shift it and then up to the handlebars.
It needs an Avenger, and then boom, it's gone.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's perfect.
I think a couple of the meanest.
I mean, I have
off-road
my
machines
banana
on
seat.
two-wheels.
The most off-road fun I ever had to was on that little doodle bug.
265.
If you could
260.
recover it,
Like on that little fucking doodle bug, and when I put the 6 horse on
or
there,
recover it. That's the only way you'll make it. That's the only way you'll make it look nice. Jared, since you know a lot about seats, what do you think about this? Do you think this is savable?
what is it? Can you zoom in for
It's
me?
it's a
It's like a fake.
Pull the vinyl off and just recover
it's
some.
like an
couch leather,
OCC
leather
chopper
jacket.
seat.
Right. Go over it with like a heat gun and whatever new vinyl and done.
You just got to recover it.
That's
Go over it with a
staples.
heat gun
Yeah,
and
it
like
needs a
some
staple.
vinyl.
If it's plastic, it's probably got staples in it. Right?
Yeah.
You're probably not going to
But-
get that. Yeah,
You're gonna need a staple gun.
you'll need a staple gun. You got a staple gun. Today you're going to learn how to recover a seat.
I would just
Like, you don't want very long staples. You want like
know, on both materials and a heat gun, and then staples. Very few finished.
I'd go to Goodwill or something, get me a leather jacket.
Yeah, a piece of leather couch, piece of leather jacket, some crazy pants. There's all kinds of crazy materials.
the old bikes.
Yeah, leather pair
Like,
of pants or something, girls or anything.
cut up some denim or something and put it over
Yeah,
that.
something. Yeah, do it with some. Hit it with some fucking army tank, one of them old army bags and duffel bags made out of green canvas. See if you can find some camping shit or Boy Scout shit and wrap it.
That's what I did. I got a piece.
Don't we have some Naugahyde somewhere?
No, I don't. Huh?
Yeah, that's it. Naugahyde, man. He's like, yeah, you hit the heat gun, stretch it around, use a contact adhesive, bada bing, bada boom. You're in your
We have the contact adhesive.
We've got Naugahyde that's better quality than leather. I think we've got some somewhere.
I would prefer to use a 21st century material. Fucking leather sucks.
So this is from a pair of corduroy pants that I don't wear. And they had that cool cup that's going to go with the pre-war seat.
I don't know, whatever the
It's like the padding for the pre-war seat and everything.
Thing is, but I like the cymbals.
Nice.
Nah.
There's a pair of
I don't put
pair of
stuff. I don't put-
jeans that
Well,
cut up.
we're not. We're just
I don't
picking what it is.
I don't tattoo my bike. It's like getting a tattoo on your bike. I don't do that.
Brand it. Heat something up and put a brand on it.
I laid that on top of it, and then I cut the pants. Those are like the pant legs.
Put out a template and then.
That's gonna go
I-
under there.
If you lay
Put
something
out the
under
template and then.
the material, that Naga hide, let's call it Naga hide, the vinyl. You've stripped off the old material there. You put on, you lay some rope. You can put a badge, a stamp, and when you cover it with that Naga hide, trust me, it will rise up through that foam into your Naga hide and leave it logoed.
That'd be cool. You could cut flames and just let tan go right over it.
I mean, you gotta put it over the whole thing.
Over and they will raise
I mean, it's not a bad thing to do. Yeah, you just gotta you take the cover off and you just
I got a soldering gun. It's like a tire cutter.
probably put new foam in it too.
Stuff.
there, but it's just stupid shit. I'm just
I mean,
all it done.
put the OCC chopper seat on it.
Yeah.
Somehow we get that.
Like Josh said, go to Goodwill and find like a small woman's
Put on this thing.
jacket
Yeah, a
or
pair of
something.
leather pants or a purse, whatever, a fucking
That's
cowboy
easy.
boot. Don't matter what you put on it.
As long as it's got a patch, like on a purse, as long as it's got a patch big enough that you can fucking use, you know.
I always grab leather off couches and shit people throw out and just cut all I can off of it.
No.
Right.
You gonna put that on the back of that?
And, we used to go off the school bus back in the day.
Fenders
Yeah.
kill motorized. Fenders kill people. Fenders kill motorized bikes. Well,
Yeah.
hold on. Fenders
Yeah.
flush motorized bikes.
I
kill
got
people.
an uncle that can carve leather. He does his own seat saddles and
Yeah,
gas
I
tank
started doing
covers and
that
stuff.
on the race
He
bike.
sews
Grab
it
the
into
fender and
the pouches for your
Well,
windshield and all that.
you put it on the back.
We
And
needed a friend down the
I
road,
went from like here to like you remember.
seat cover for his the fucking.
Well, yeah, but you gotta have a second mounting point down here so it doesn't just flop around.
No, this, what's this?
It's
It's not a mounting point.
They're gonna make it a mounting, but you don't really need
What,
that.
you're gonna have the fender go up to here? That's the only way you'd have to be able to do it.
They just have like a little bridge across where you, that's, yeah.
Hey,
No,
Jared, this is easier to watch. This is easier on your battery than yours is.
That Arctic Cat was plywood.
Streaming like this. Yeah, there's
Sure.
just salt on the battery, dude. I found this out too. It is the
Just
most
a little bit. Yeah.
Now, you can also take a piece of plywood, a thin piece of plywood, and get it wet and clamp it down, and it'll take shape of if you need the clamp to.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's already built. Got a ported motor on it.
Some of the oldest seats have plywood in there.
Ported by hand. It was my first motor that I ported.
Before we, really get started on all of that, we'll have to let him know what's going on. But, he's gotta, I don't want him to, he got all excited. And I didn't want him to.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know what it looks like, so what do you tell him that?
I didn't tell him anything about it. I just said,
how do you know they have? How do you know that I have a chop?
Well, you got a whole
Oh, you
motorized
said-
bike
you
shop
told
going
him
on
that
down there.
before, but you just mentioned something real quick.
Regular chop shop.
was talking, so
Yeah, chop shop. It might as well be a chop shop now.
Yeah.
I mean, I got this thing, I got this thing, I got this
Right.
thing, that thing, this thing, and then that thing way in the back. I got tires, I got
Yeah.
a frame, I got wheels, I got everything.
sell it.
I got a frame up there.
It's like, hell no, they barely found me as a sucker.
I got a little bit of body work I got to do.
Yeah, I have this thing. Oh, and then in here,
I remember
in
my
here.
mom came down in the basement one time of a house that we lived at when I was a teenager. And she was like, "Oh my God, where'd you guys get 20 bikes from?" I'm like, "Yeah." I don't know.
Stop. He's got like
somewhere.
a bowl.
A while back, I found a bike that just brought it.
You should have.
That was quite.
How come he didn't?
About 2.5, 3 months ago.
What? And you didn't tell me about it?
Well, yeah, I didn't think it-
Anything. Just give me anything. I'll take it. It's like a drug addict. I'm like a drug addict now.
Bike,
No doubt.
Yeah. Bike, it's the worst drug of all.
Be tweaking on the meth, but it's really methane. You know what I mean? Out there.
Yeah,
pulling
yeah,
nitro
exactly,
motors and
yeah.
shit. Burning your eyeballs out, fucking revving it.
You're gonna have to tweak out on like a
UY6 gasket. What's
gravel.
Raul know about this? Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Doesn't know anything about these.
What's the
I
intake?
got all the bikes lined up in row. Put the race bike in front of these two. And then this bike fell onto that one, and then that one fell into a single back. Oh, yeah, Domino's. Yeah, it was really cool. They got it on camera too. Yeah, I had the camera pointed at it.
Yeah, you have some weird audio issues that are going on.
I do.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm using my phone speaker now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a little bumblebee in it, or whatever.
It should be better now.
Yeah, we
Better now?
can hear. We can hear you. That's what it is. We can hear some other audio feedbacking that's coming back to us.
That's weird.
No, I don't know. Isn't you?
Bad. It's got a little
I think
bumblebee.
it's somebody probably trying to speak that's not me. Maybe it's Farquaad. I don't know. He just left though, so
Like somebody's making a margarita or something.
Yeah, somebody's making margaritas. It
Yeah,
does.
like
Like
or
in the
got,
back.
like, a tractor. Someone's got like an old tractor they just drove.
It isn't
what?
horrible.
No, it just rounds out here.
Someone's got like an old Oliver tractor they just drove to someone's house with.
Oh.
So are any of the bikes behind you for sale? He started him a bike shop. Look at that.
No, he said he was asking me. So, were any of the bikes behind you for sale? No.
Well, so you just get your dad to help you weld up a pole out front and bury it, and just hang a bike from it so they know where to bring them to get worked on from now on.
Well, that's what I tried to do. I tried to put a bike right about here and just hang the frame from there.
Yeah.
And but then
No,
he was like,
where
no,
people can see it. You got to get it out by the street.
Yeah,
where,
out by
do I just like
the
bury it in
mailbox.
the dirt, bury a
Yeah,
bike
the end
frame
of
in
the
the dirt out by,
driveway. Yeah,
by the mailbox?
Yeah.
I'm
Your
getting
dad
that
will love that.
build on. You're gonna have to build on.
Oh yeah,
like
make sure nobody gets away with it.
I'll tell you this, Josh.
I'll concrete this thing into the ground. Don't test me. I'll concrete it right into the ground.
You know, out there.
I would.
I'll remember that forever.
I'll concrete the race bike frame into the ground.
That's a great one.
Just set the mailbox right on the front handlebars. You know what I mean? Turn it into
Yeah, set the mailbox on the handlebar.
The full bike up there says everything.
Well, we're two into cars too. You got to make the You got to make the whole rotary motor into the mailbox, and then you set that on the handlebar.
Like a barber, dude. It is just.
I get the whole truck. You want to get like the whole truck with like 16 yards of concrete, and that way you can put a whole nother garage on top of it.
Huh.
You gotta get yourself a 32 slab out there of concrete.
I'll see if Christy will let me put the bicycle on the pull out front.
You know, maybe like a 32 by 32 with like a foot apron around the front.
Hey, you heard me talk. We were talking about the bunker people and how it takes all kinds of folks in this world and this and that. One of my favorite mechanics growing up, I met this guy named Leon in Kentucky.
Just use low
his
heat.
whole family owned the mountains and all the hollers and shit around, and he just always grew up there. Well, I didn't know
Jared.
it. He was a little bit older than I was. And
I got a seat related question. So, how do you prevent the foam from melting underneath the vinyl?
Why would you be underneath the vinyl like that? You'll heat it up
like
over.
You heat the outside of the vinyl, right? And but how do you?
You only have to heat one side of but you'll get it nice and hot, the whole piece in its entirety, and stretch it around it. I use the lengthways. You'll notice that it stretches long, or it won't stretch. It'll stretch long, and it won't stretch. It'll
stretch only one way apparently. So you just heat it up, and then you just form it over it, I guess.
You heat it up with like a hair dryer.
Remember, we were using contact adhesive. This is working quickly and not without.
But remember, when you're using contact adhesive, it works quickly. So.
Well, you're trying to work quickly.
And we're trying to work quickly too.
Before you get into a big wad of fucking vinyl and you throw it on.
Yeah, putting the vinyl on the foam.
That's what I'm trying to tell anybody.
Because you adhesive the foam you adhesive the vinyl to the foam.
You want to have everything.
Well, you form it while it's got the adhesive to it. Adhesive on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Brake load and you heat it up and stretch it over it. Tack it down. Bam, 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 bam.
It'll be fine.
It can be done, dude. Everybody in the world gets children to do this in fucking Malaysia. And if they don't do it, they get a cigarette
That
burn.
guy is an impulse.
Nobody's even gonna get you a cigarette burn.
Fuck.
Right. Just have everything so that you don't have to waste any time
What do you
looking
mean? Not coagulating? Not drying?
Everything laying right there.
do it. Make sure you have everything all ready to go so that
Well,
you're
you
not,
just like it's not going to drip off because it's spray on. It's that 3M stuff.
In your lap,
Yeah.
stretch it. Yeah, it ended up in your fucking lap, and you're some motherfucker over, and you tacked it down, and you went all the way around it. But you were done with it. It took less than a minute.
by the time you heat up the grease, the glue will be all
You
ready to
just
go.
have it heated up right.
What's
Yeah. Oh, that
What's
glue,
those,
I need it, dude. That glue gonna stick good, dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna stick good. And when you see contact, it is contact. One touch, man. That's it. It touched. It touched. It touched.
While you're heating
What
up
stuff?
the body,
What stuff do you use for contact adhesive? Like the
I
3M stuff?
3M product if I was you.
3M's the best of anything.
Yeah, I've got the 3M stuff.
That's
Perfect.
what I would use.
but
What's
the
up
minute
with the wheel, the spokes, you guys? How do you get that look?
to make that glue tack
That
up.
What
shit
look?
straws?
You won't have
Oh,
to worry
they're spoke wraps.
Yeah. Well, I never used those. How does those work out?
They just slip right on. Like you just have to find the ones that are the right
It's like a
size.
drinking straw that's split down the middle.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
But they're colored and you can make multiple sizes.
Look.
Everything
Comes right off.
on between all the different layers too. Like if you get a foam pad between your thing, so everything's gonna like
I
every
see,
layer.
yeah.
Glue the foam down and not just glue the fucking cover over it, so the foam isn't sliding around
That's
on the
cool.
paint.
Those are pretty cool.
You want to glue the foam
Yeah,
down.
I know.
You know, like you
Yeah,
got a few
yeah.
steps. You got a few steps. You get a few minutes in between the steps for that glue to tack up a second before you just
I
slap
picked
it.
up disc covers on a set for a set of spoke wheels once. I still
Uh-huh.
got them out there. They're pretty cool. If
I
it gets
know
windy
what?
though, it gets weird.
A little bit of fixing shit.
The disc covers is something I have yet to see anybody running.
I got one. I got a set of them. They're carbon fiber
I
on
have
one side,
never
and black
seen
on the
them in
other.
real life.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen them on those indoor a cyclotron, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
They were
velodrome.
kind of expensive, but they're like I said, they're carbon fiber. They're super light and strong as hell.
Yeah.
How much were they?
I'd have to go back on eBay years ago, you know what I mean, and check it. I know they're made for cyclists to get that gives them an edge, but you can use them as a sail and cheat a little bit. They put them on the big time racers will use them to try to get if you have like a tailwind or something like that, you lean right and shit, it can help you. Or like the cyclotrons, I guess. Do they pedal power those?
Pedal power.
Yeah,
It's
so that's where you'd see
arrow.
it.
There is disturbance in your spokes. You can take out, even that disturbance for 10.
So you have to end up cutting your sprocket side, to fit your sprocket you're using, and it takes away like one side of the back, and they're a 2-piece, and it comes with like nylon bolts and nuts to put them on, and they look pretty good, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, up here it's real windy sometimes, and it's straight line wind. And Jesus, it would like push you clear out of there. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, nation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that shit.
There's like vibration dampeners, like on those like Ford transmissions that they put on like a bolt on. I wonder if something like that on a bike would help speed up the vibration.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I got a lot of compliments and stuff. I don't have no picture. There's no way for me to send you guys a picture on this phone or something, but you know what I mean? Next time we go
How come
live,
you called
I'll try to have, what is it?
I'm wondering about the on vibration dampener now that came up. Because I know you can bolt one on to a transmission housing. It's like a round circle that's supposed to fucking take up the shock or whatever. Like a harmonic balancer type of deal. I think it's got oil in it. I'm not sure what's in it.
How are you doing, sir? Glad to see you. Sitting here hanging out.
You got somebody in the chat hanging out with us.
Yeah, who knows how long ago Mike Miller said something, but I at least
Hey,
said
what's
out.
up, Mike?
Ford
I can't
Diesel
even see it.
I know.
house. I'm trying to think where I seen that.
Okay. We're back. Try to get this gasket to fit on the bike.
There's even some more bikes hanging on the wall and stuff back here. Jesus. My
Right.
Lord, you got it bad. You're gonna have to go to some rehab or something, bud.
Rehab.
What you just
He's gonna
talked
be
about-
starting his 100-pile collection and try to build it to 1,000. That's what he's doing.
He's talking about pouring concrete, so he needs like 32 by 32 of it. You know, some aprons and shit, and another couple more doors. Maybe a big door, the big one. Get the 3-car beside it.
I need some fucking roach clips is what I need. I end up burning my finger. Oh, fuck.
Get the hell.
He has a fucking pea gravel to start out with.
Couple
Yeah.
times.
By 10, and I'm getting about 4
Just
yards.
wet the fingers down and give it a shot.
I think I can get like 3 or 4 yards for like $200 or something.
A space monkey.
Oh, I found this out. I dug this out. Seeing as though I got a backyard, I ain't using it for shit. I don't know if I had a joint roll.
Use it for the shits.
Why is tan on here twice like that?
I got some
Because
horseshoes.
I got one to like record the stream and get it from my computer onto get it from like my phone onto the computer. And then I got my phone on here to get me
out there. Yeah. Well, it's cool stuff. That's why I said I can't really go through all the extra trouble when I'm working on stuff. Everybody likes watching me work on shit, but I really don't. I'd rather not nobody be around when I do my work. Fuck it.
Yeah, I gotta say it's a pain in the ass to set up.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing it, you guys. Jared too. You know what I mean? You guys do good for us.
But them are Gordon's spin-on horseshoes from back in the day.
What?
And I got some horseshoe. And I got another set here. It's like fucking horseshoes with the irons.
We've had the same horseshoes since I can remember.
Once they got like a hook. They got that hook part.
Yeah.
And them
That's
and them
cool.
spin-ons.
Hit you a fucking ringer for sure. Ring it all the way around that bitch.
Hey, that's for the neighbors more than anything. No, I don't really want to play, but just to keep them going like at midnight.
We'd hang lights from the trees and play all night long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got a spot out back there. I ride my bike on it, so I have to ride my bike out the front. But I've been beaten down. There's about 40 feet there, or I might have a 35-foot cheetah. Fucking.
Did you jump to another bicycle, or what's going on here?
I might run a 30-foot fucking horseshoe pit. I don't need a 40-foot fucker. You don't have to be regulation here.
Got a backstop.
There you go.
You got a fucking chase.
I'll get better with a 35-foot anyway. And then if I go play in a park, I'll just have to put a little steam on it.
I ain't got no kids tonight. I don't even know what to do with myself.
Well, that's why you're here.
Yeah. Watch you guys do it. I should be putting some fucking new belts on my rider.
There you go.
I just put
I
a
just
coat
like
of fucking
whenever. Yeah.
It just gives me something to do tomorrow.
Yeah, true enough.
I went out there and hung out with the chickens a little bit tonight, and the chicks got all kinds of chicks out there.
Quit it. Why are you bragging?
Hey, the ones that didn't pass on, they're doing really good. They're getting full feathered now.
Good deal.
We got Rhode Island Red or
These ones are Barred Rock or Plymouth Rock, and what's the other ones? Is Jesus.
Did he order them for you, or these were chicks he had?
No, it's chick days at like Tractor Supplies and all that right now, so you can go get them for a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal. But let's see, they can get down as cheap as like $1 or next month if nobody buys them, and they're already pretty grown, so they're like already weather adjusted and hardened off. You could just buy bigger ones for like $1. The younger they are closer to the egg from being born, like 3-day olds or something like that, are worth like $7 a piece. But once they get bigger, they're only worth like $1 a piece, which don't make no sense to me because I do eggs, I do hens. So I'm like, fuck, I'll take them all. You know what I mean? For $1 a piece, that's better than paying $7 a piece. Y'all done fed them and got them big and healthy. Sure, I'll take them.
right. Let them get through that first stage anyway.
Yeah.
You gotta watch them all the time, and it's time.
So I have a mixed flock. There's all kinds of them. I know the names of them, and I have them written down and shit out there. And it's in a total of about 13 different kinds we've raised out here. So Rhode Island Reds are good ones. I do have one of those right now. But one of them just got RIP'd up here like a week ago by a dog. A couple of them.
God dang it.
Yeah,
Dang.
there's a great big. A rooster came in though, and he decided to take care of him. He's a big one, so hopefully he'll be the sacrifice from now on.
I can't have any chickens or rabbits or any of that here. I had it in California. I had a chicken in California. I flew from Florida. No, I put him in. He flew in whatever UPS, a postal service. I put him in a crate in Florida and shipped him to California. And then I flew and got there like a week later, and
Right on.
had a cage waiting for him and shit.
I was cutting a hole. I think you was doing carpentry work today too, and I said I got my tape measure out. I cut a hole down there in the door of the chicken coop and got it set up for an automatic opener and closer or whatever you want to call it, like a little coop door. Solar powered and shit. Yeah, I was like, hell yeah. Well, I cut it out today, and I wanted to shut the doors and see if they would even use it, and they went right in the hole like they'd always wanted that forever. And I was like, well, that's cool. So they don't mind the hole. So tomorrow, I think I'll screw the thing onto the over top of the hole and let it collect some sunlight and see if I can't get it programmed. But it's got a little wireless controller, so I could be lazy and just hold my hand to the window and hit it and open them, let them out. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
It makes noise, like if something comes through it while it's open, and lets them know ahead of time, and a light comes on. There's all kinds of cool shit about it. I ain't even read it all yet, but it's got a hell of a manual come with it.
And this is our chicken security system that we've new
right. Like a
Was it meant specifically for chickens?
Detection and shit.
Yeah.
Like a fancy garage door opener type of deal.
Yeah.
It's like meant specifically for chickens too.
They've already broke in, man. They already know. They got secret. They don't even use the door.
The chickens will figure out, or a fox will figure out how to get the chain off it and fucking open it up.
All right, it's time to go start the bike.
There'll be a fisher.
Let's see it.
Sure.
I don't know, dude. Close to sunset now. I would call it, man. I just wouldn't bother.
No, we're gonna start it. It's never too late. But I will probably mute the mic just so.
Whoa! No.
We don't get to hear it.
Okay, yeah, all right. I mean, if it sounds like shit, then don't come crying to me.
Yeah.
No,
right.
I'll take my AirPod out. See if it sounds better that way.
Okay.
Not too much
good luck.
I don't know how much daylight you got left in there in Oregon, about an hour.
All right. We'll grab the thing.
It did not fix it.
Oh, that audio thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who it is. There is a little something going on.
Screen here. Here we go.
I think it's people not hitting pause on YouTube before they hit the link.
Fanboy on full screen. We're gonna fire something up here.
Space Monkey.
What are we firing up?
I don't know. I think it's the Avenger. It's got to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I don't know. He was working on that chopper bike. That's a 4-stroke.
I guess.
The Briggs, I thought he had a flathead on that or something. But I don't remember now. I'm too
what?
no.
Oh, this is that $40 bike, and this the $40 bike. Oh, this is his Avenger, I think.
It's a 2-stroker.
Oh, what is he doing? Why is he leaving?
He's taking it for a walk. Oh, it must be dark. He just lit something up.
Bye, Tam boy.
Well, he's only got about an hour at dark because I'm dark now, and he's an hour behind me because he's on the west.
Boy.
I think I seen some smoke.
Boy, he doesn't really feel like he's going to start, does he? He's like, I don't have a lot of confidence in it.
Yeah, he's only got maybe like 45 minutes of light, maybe that.
Maybe it started now. Maybe he's going to ride it up to the camera. He says, oh, watch out.
Downhill. He's got us downhill going towards the garage.
It muted his ass.
It sounded like he was running there for a second. There he goes.
It is running, isn't it? It's cutting them off completely.
Yeah, it's his cancellation. Hopefully someone in the chat tells him his noise cancellation or whatever.
Yep, turned it off. Like it wasn't even happening.
He's muted after all.
Oh, yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it for you. No, you didn't fix it. You ruined it. Ruined it. AI.
The noise cancellation or whatever on the phone.
Yep.
Or put like a fuzzy thing, like a fuzzy stuffed animal around the microphone so it buffers it.
He probably revving it and everything for us.
Oh yeah.
He set the idle for us.
I feel a burnout coming on.
Oh, there could be a burnout involved. We ain't gonna see nothing, dang it. Or hear nothing.
No, we're revving the fucking snot out of a.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're fucking giving it the fucking
It ain't
beat.
working. Somebody hold your hands up to your ears. We can't hear you. Can't hear you, dude.
Blatting. Smokey the Bear's over there with his fucking ears fucking ringing.
Yeah.
He's having too much fun to care about if we can hear.
More guys?
He's gonna pause it
More?
anyway.
Yeah,
Here, a couple more. Look at this. Look, a few blips. Those are some decent blips there. He just rubbed it up.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
he's with it.
Yeah, little Fonzie pose. He's got some kind of Fonzarelli thing going on now. Now he's
Burnout
going
coming up. I knew it.
Now it runs, so he's got something.
Oh. We're still pedaling it though.
No, he's dragging his feet like a Flintstone.
I found myself trying to do that one time exactly on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I put my feet down a little too soon. I was like, bam, bounced off the cement. I was like, God damn.
Oh.
This dude, a motorcycle will stop on a dime.
I was just about to go start it again, but whatever. How does it sound? Do you guys hear it?
Nothing.
No, we can't hear it because it's like noise.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, that's lame.
Maybe Trent heard it.
It was so loud that you guys didn't hear it. It was like
Not-
rumbling my feet below me.
Yeah, we
Not
caught a few little bits of it.
Wow,
Canceled it.
that's crazy.
You gotta put something like a
Yeah,
sock.
I don't know. I think
over
it runs all right. It seems like it runs good.
Cool.
You gotta put like a sock over your microphone.
I got to put a sock over the end of this exhaust.
Or put like a coffee can over the end, a beer can or something.
I'm gonna put more gas in this thing. See if I can get it to. If I can take it to church tomorrow or something.
Right on.
See if I can get this one stolen too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got some real creepy people running around that church.
Like a-
Yeah, maybe it was one of the people in my church that stole it. You know, now that I look at it, I should probably change my back tire.
Yeah, probably.
a padlock.
It's got one more burnout in it.
Yeah, should I do that on
Yeah,
right now?
burn that fucker off here.
Put a little
I should
oil
do-
around it. Put a little oil around.
See it, get it smoking real good.
I'll
Yeah,
do
you
it.
put-
I'll do it. One more burnout.
stroke. Yeah, a little two stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to give it a little help. Yeah, and throw some smoke off it. That's the main reason you get two-stroke wells put on your tires anyway. It's cheap.
Point your exhaust right at the tire.
Right, like a windshield washer. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
rear tires to squirt that means I can give her that you don't need balls then any tire.
I seen that done a few times.
That was like my MO.
I seen an IROC Z set a tire on fire though. No oil involved. Here he goes.
Just boiled the fucking tire right off it.
I'm just thinking smoke. He's gonna change. There it goes. It's smoking.
Smoking all right.
It is a pretty good amount of smoke from a bicycle tire. They do smoke.
He's gonna change
Look,
it.
they like to throw the rubber off. That's what they like to do instead of smoke. Just throw the rubber.
Go flat? Did the tire go flat or?
He bought it. Maybe he just had popping it, or he didn't actually pop it. I mean, I see the black dust. I mean, it's over.
Dad's got to be impressed.
Yeah.
Sorry, neighbors. I'll be quiet for now.
Uh-huh.
I had to get that out of my system. Dang!
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at that! Look at that!
Oh yeah, we seen it. It was smoking it off.
Is dad available?
Flinging it off. It was flinging it off. Look, there was a good amount of smoke, though. There was a decent amount of.
Oh, we're down to the wires now.
Yeah, time
All
to
right.
change it now.
Yeah.
You gotta go until the tire blows. Or the,
Yeah. I could have, but I didn't want to
One
damage
more of
my
those,
rim.
I'm sure that's what we'd see.
well, it's
I
either
didn't
the
want to mess
tire
up my rim.
throw a rod out of it.
That was like invigorating.
It's a test of piston rod strength, is what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, cool.
You want to go save somebody's life, doesn't it?
Yeah, almost. Did you guys get any of the sound of it?
Not
A little
of it,
bit.
I saw a little bit of it come up, but
but most of we picked up on your joy.
I just saw all the smoke and everything, and I was like, man.
It was like a bumblebee, like Mike went by or something.
That was great.
You could hear a little bit of it, almost like a saw cutting through something for a second.
You guys,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get off here. I'll talk at you later.
All right. Yeah, it was a good show. I think it's time for me to go eat dinner. So, well, that was. I guess that's the ender of it all. Yeah, I am kind of hungry now. Man, I'm like, all my adrenaline's like going. That was cool.
Yes.
It was cool. I had a great time. Are you into this?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end it off for the night a little early today.
Thanks for having me over. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank
for
you.
sure.
Turn it over.
Yeah, I'll change this tire and then go. I don't know, probably put all the bikes away. But yeah, so new bike, burnout, and a bunch of other stuff.
Well, she's
Yeah.
tested now. At least you know that.
Yeah, I know it runs, and it idled down too. That's the perfect thing, is that it idled down, so I know that it doesn't have like some stupid air leak again.
Right.
That really pissed me off that it was having that.
But, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
Sure.
yeah, I guess I'll. Oh wow. Jeez, look at all fucking rubber on the ground here. I'm gonna leave that. I'll leave that for somebody to just look at. Like, what the hell happened here?
I'm sure Dad
Yeah.
likes that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he was like, he looked out he probably looked out the living room window and was like, what the hell?
Thinking
What's
money
he doing
well
again?
money-
Another burnout? Are you serious?
Time and money well spent there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had that tire on there for a while, so I'll put a
He
street
doesn't
tire
work.
on it sometime. I got a bunch of other knobbies around anyways.
He doesn't know that though.
Yeah. Yeah. No biggie. I mean, I got that tire for free, so
Right.
yeah. All right. Well, I am gonna end this off. I'm fucking starving because I didn't eat shit for lunch, really. Yeah. All right, man. Have a good one. And to everyone that's been on the stream, thank you, Leo. Yeah, go subscribe to Leonard Arola. Mike Miller, Mike Legault, if you're out there. Of course, Jared, Mossy, Farquad, Caveman. I saw you in the chat a little bit. And let's see who else.
Leonard's only like about 20 subscribers or so away from going live again. So
I know. I'm like trying to push everyone to go like a bunch of people to go subscribe to him. So we'll see what we get that way. But yeah, so
maybe
yeah,
we
thanks
just
everyone for
open a fake account just to subscribe to him.
yeah, open up 25 fake accounts just to sub to him.
Right.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah,
That's all.
thanks everyone. And we'll next stream I do, I don't know, maybe we'll work on the chopper and maybe we'll be just doing another burnout, who knows. So thanks everyone for showing up. And have a good night, everyone. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna end the stream. I gotta go up to my room to do that. Oh man. Okay. I think I'll be fine leaving the bikes out here. That thing probably wouldn't run anyways. Ugh. Where'd he go? Outside? Oh. Yeah, you're still around. Thanks for hanging out.